Welcome to the 400th episode of the One Life, One Chance podcast. 400 episodes, man. 8 years in this kitchen, man. Shout out to my wife and my son for letting me take over this kitchen for 8 years. We're still eating here from time to time. It's kind of crazy. I might have had more conversations, heavier conversations in this kitchen than I have with my family, which is fucking crazy. I'm kind of fucked up. But all the guests, thank you for coming on. Thank you for coming back on. Joe Vasion, my partner in crime. I just upload these episodes. I never listen to them. He listens to them. He edits them. He fixes them. He put them out into the world. We never caved into putting this podcast on another streaming platform or, a place where they can own the rights to this podcast. We never gave that up. We kept it real in the kitchen. We never filmed anything for anybody. We never went out of our way for anybody. I've waited from the first episode, 8 years later, to have a guest on this podcast. I'll wait. I learned how to use patience. Patience is a virtue. I learned it on this podcast as well. This episode is the third time one of my closest friends in the whole world, Josh Brolin's on the podcast. It's interesting when you have your closest friends on the podcast, the conversations you have. It's way different than just actually kind of interviewing somebody who you've known for a while or you're just meeting for the first time. We just go off course. It's all over the place, but it's just real conversations. And basically, it's the same conversations we have all the time. We're just recording them and putting them out the world to you guys. Because some of these conversations can be therapeutic and therapy sessions for people. And there's been times where I hit the person up and say, you know what? We got really deep on this. You want to share it with the world? Sure. I'm like, cool. And it makes me feel good that people can actually open up to me and have conversations and not feel weird about talking about personal things. I also give my wife one more shout out. She's the one that uploads all of the podcasts to YouTube. She's doing that all the time. So thank you, my wife, for doing that. Who else can I thank on here? All right, let's go. Liquid Death, Removery, AG1s, Rockabilia, Field and Soccer Supply, Refine and Recovery. My sponsors that are right now. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you for Liquid Death. I'm supporting from day one. That's being said, man. I hope you guys enjoy this. All my sponsors, thank you so much. I'm going to push you to the back of this episode so we can go right into this episode with Josh. It's another great conversation. Just two best friends talking about life and catching up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for sharing this podcast with people. Thank you for, just liking it and supporting it. It means a lot to me, man. Came a long way in 8 years, but just getting started. So thank you so much.
My name's Josh Brolin, and this is Toby Morse.
For
the 400th episode. So tell me really quick, just to kind of preface this whole thing. Yeah, tell me really quick, like seriously, did I really prompt you to start this podcast?
Yes, because I did a post, I forgot what year it was, maybe it's 2019, about positive mental airwaves. I did like a thing like, should I start a podcast? And you were we're friends, so we talked off the internet, but you commented and you hit me up, absolutely do that. You totally support it from the jump.
Did I call you? Did I know you at that point?
Yeah,
I did, right?
Yeah, bro. It's only 8 years right now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. This is 2019 I started this.
2019?
Before the pandemic, right before the pandemic, yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah, you were like my number one supporter for this to start a podcast, dude.
And you were my number one supporter in writing a book. Brolin book, #Brolin book.
First book I read in 20 years. Amazing book. I actually read it twice.
20 years.
It's actually read it twice so I can remember everything from my attention span.
So you're like the last person to ask her whether the book was good or not because it's the only book you've read. I mean, I'm not putting down your taste.
No, it's because we're friends and then I know more of your story. We got deep into your life.
Do you know yours is the only podcast I've ever listened to?
Serious? Come on, man. You listened to my mom episode. That was the first one I did. Yeah, after that one, you were super stoked. I remember you hit me up and you listened to it and you're like, this is awesome. And
I was blown away by your episode with your mom because not only was it super personal, it was emotional.
Yeah.
Like you were emotional.
Totally, dude.
I was emotional.
Yeah. A lot of deep, interesting thoughts and feelings with my mom and growing up and with my dad and all that stuff that kind of came out in that episode. And we got more deeper after that in real life,
Yeah, that was cool.
But it's crazy because you've been on, it's 2 years. You were 2022 was part 1, episode 168 you were on. And then 2024, part 2, episode 315. And now 2026, part 3, episode 400. Pretty sick.
So why didn't I do it? Like, why did I take so long to do the first one?
Because I think, like a lot of my friends, they wanted me to get my feet wet and, get some guests on. I did a lot of them on the phone back then because it was during the pandemic, so nobody was doing things in person. Yeah. And I think you wanted me to see if I could actually, I don't think I'd want to don't say the word blow my load with my friends first. Yeah. I don't know. The people that I'd really hate asking favors to do things because I know you're super busy. And I think we both kind of waited it out. Just had a bunch of episodes under my belt, which I think is really smart.
But that's always the excuse, that I'm super busy or that I make people think I'm super busy. I'm not super busy. I like to think that I am, but I'm really not when it comes down to it.
You have 2 young children that you're raising.
No. I am busy. To other people's, assessment. I'm definitely busy, but I do what I want to do. That brings us back to this whole. I told you I watched Benny Bermuda's Rock and Roll Nightmare yesterday about
RKO doc,
which is not even close to being done, but I love that it's done. And what came out of it was this thing about punk rock, I don't know why it was so clear to me. That's where I learned those were the tools that were implemented in whatever destructive way that they were, which weren't particularly destructive in the beginning, of how it's okay to beat to your own drum.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So then for how whatever, pathway my life took in the movie industry, which never should have fucking happened. And then accidentally getting down to LA because I was kicked out of my house in Santa Barbara, and then trying to get my shit together, and then making up a whole resume that was totally full of shit, where I would go to agents and all that and say, I did at the Libero Theater, International Libero Theater in Rome, I did Streetcar Named Desire, which was total horseshit, and trying to get an agent and trying to get my life, at least in the moment, on this positive trajectory.
Yeah.
And then I think of you, and then all the stuff that's transpired since, which all happened out of being kicked out of Santa Barbara at the moment that I probably wouldn't have lived much longer. I would say I would have been within the first 10 who died of my friends, of 35 or 36
because of the path
died.
You were on, the friends you were hanging out with, and destruction.
And just how
rebelliousness.
Rebellious, but then also just my innate reaction to drugs and alcohol was super extroverted. You know what I mean? So I put myself in a lot of shitty positions. And then I think of you and the parallel of that, and how you're a vegan and how you don't drink, not because you're sober, just because you never wanted to.
Yeah.
How even the conversation with you like this morning about fucking coffee.
Yeah.
And you're like, you treat it like you were just born. You're like, hey, what's this coffee thing all about? Does this happen to you when you drink a cup of coffee? You have diarrhea for a week? And that's like your thing. Because you're so pure, which I love about you.
Is caffeine a drug?
Oh, fuck yeah.
So it's the first drug.
Well, you get addicted to it.
It's my first drug. I really was doing every single day for the past couple of years is coffee, because I feel like I'm trying to be an adult. All my whole band drinks coffee. We go on these coffee missions in every part of Europe. Every little town, we find the coolest coffee shop, and I'm walking with my band and being part of my band. It's this whole thing of just like just hanging with your friends. It's like really growing up, like hearing Descendants and other bands talk about coffee. I thought it was so weird because coffee to me was such an adult thing. Sanka. My mom was drinking Sanka and these fucking...
And smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, in the house. Yeah, for sure.
Did you ever smoke cigarettes?
No, I never tried anything, bro.
You never even had a puff of a cigarette?
No, man, no.
So what was that?
I was scared. It's because what happened to me is that after my father died, my brothers kind of looked over me, and my mom was working many jobs to raise us, and my 2 brothers were having girls at the house, smoking weed, drinking in the house, and I was so scared of my brothers, seeing them fucked up, that I just kind of got scared straight in a sense. But at the same time, they brought home the Sex Pistols and skateboarding and this whole new world that I fucking fell in love with. And then through Sex Pistols, Ramones, Clash, I found Minor Threat. And here's a band who's like, okay, they're aggressive, they're fast, I can skate to them. They're telling me, about straight edge and how you don't have to drink or do drugs to fit in. I was like, fuck yeah. In 1980, I was 13. I was like, I'm never going to try any drugs or alcohol because I see how it affects my brothers. I'm scared to death of them when they're high. So I just never did it. I just made a commitment at 13, bro, to never do it.
Were you ever on stage, and did you ever want to do it because you were dealing with nerves or anything like that? Of like,
no, I definitely have to go to the bathroom still to this day before I go on stage. I get like a nervous stomach for sure. I still get nervous going on stage, man.
Which is cool.
Yeah,
but it's cool that you embrace that, because people like me who get sober later in life are learning how to do the very thing that was innate in you, where you just fucking said, yeah, I get nervous, but I deal with it.
Yeah.
Whereas I get nervous and I want to fucking take 20 hits of LSD.
Yeah. I'm just sitting it straight on, man. Everything,
But that's so fucking cool. It like makes you the ultimate punk rock warrior.
I guess. Thank you, man.
The ultimate punk rock warrior. Toby Morse.
But there's a lot.
Hi, this is my 400th podcast.
I'm not a unicorn, but there's a lot of people like me that I meet throughout my life.
Yeah, you are, dude.
I know other people that never tried anything.
I'm not saying you're the only one. There's several unicorns.
Yeah, it's weird. For me, I got the positive. I got everything positive from punk rock. There's a destructive, anarchy kind of fuck your parents, fuck everything type mentality, which I do love some parts of that, but I love my mom. So like for me, I took the straight edge and animal rights and the human rights and women's rights and all that from this subculture I was in New York, CBGBs in the 80s. You know, that's what I really connected to. The positive aspects
but
of it.
But the positive aspects of punk rock, which is exactly what we're talking about, ultimately is being able to beat to your own drum.
Totally.
And feeling like a misfit because of that. And all these people that were living under this kind of social dogma that, you know, you have to play football, you have to do this, you have to do that, and beating us up.
Totally, the jocks.
And then finally finding a group of guys that weren't just acting out destructively, but who found a community in their individualism.
Absolutely, the misfits, the
misfits.
Yeah, but also, you know, there was a part of, you know, for me, the punk and hardcore thing. To me, it's the same genre, but people separate punk rock with hardcore. Punk rock to me was Sex Pistols and Anarchy, like I said, and never mind the Bullocks and all this stuff. I didn't know what the fuck that meant.
The
Germs, all that stuff is like smashing themselves and getting fucked up and cutting themselves and Sid Vicious and all this shit, which people idolize respectfully. He was a legend. But for me, I was like, this community I found was like, okay, not just fuck everything. Let's actually try to fix things. Let's make the world a better place. Let's take care of the environment, the animals. Let's take care of our bodies. Let's have a sober mind facing reality. Like I found this whole group, the straight edge movement, there was like, you know, we're going to make a change. The whole thing was make a change, make a difference. It wasn't like, you know, fuck everything. It's easy to say fuck everything, but what are you going to do to fix that problem? You can say, you know what I'm saying? You can say fuck that, but okay, what are you going to do to fix that? You can't just complain about shit. So we're out there at the animal rights events, protesting, doing all that stuff in the 80s.
But even your tattoos, you know, in racism and all that.
I got fucked with that in the pit many times by skins back in the early 80s, 90s. I got a lot of fights with Nazis back in the day, to be honest.
Really?
Yes. But it's crazy about that tattoo is that whole different trajectory. I was in the pit with my shirt off at a Rage Against the Machine show at the Academy, and I forgot, it was really early on when there was a small venue, and for some reason Everlast was there from House of Pain, and he saw my tattoo in the pit, and he tapped me on the shoulder, and he introduced himself and said, "Come here tomorrow." And then they put me in the House of Pain video, and that changed everything for me as far as like being a hip hop, breakdancing, punk rock kid. I got into this different world with House of Pain and all these other groups.
It's so cool.
It's just so random, dude. You know what I mean? No internet, none of that stuff. Hey, man.
But that's
like
what I'm saying. On one side, you have somebody who's like, you know, how dare you have that tat? And you don't represent punk rock in its purest form. And you're like, why is that? How can you tell me what the purest form of punk rock is? Like, you have to be a fucking racist. You have to be self-destructive.
Yeah.
You have to be self-annihilating.
Yeah.
Or can there be a version of it like you, which is amazing because so many people, especially people who love punk rock, got super destructive, and it totally went against everything that it was about, which is we're outcasts. How can we live in a way how can we create a society that is thriving within that misfit outcast vibe? Yeah,
our own community
instead of, how can we feel like shit because we don't fit into the dogma of what society says is okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, I look at you and I see you as like the bellwether of the guy who was like, I am who I am, and fuck you if you don't like it.
Pretty much. But at the same time, I don't want to say fuck you to people because I love everybody.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a negative fuck you.
Yeah.
It's just fuck you for judging me.
Yeah, it's just
We're not about judging people.
For me, it's just how I live my life. It's not just, it's hard to say like a definition of punk rock or what's punk or what's hardcore, especially in 2026. Everybody has their own version. Somebody heard Blink-182 for the first time, and that was their gateway into punk rock. And for us, it was something way before that. So to like a blueprint to this music and the sound and the style, it's changed throughout all different decades. For me, it's how I live my life. It's how I treat people. It's the spirit of youth I keep inside of me. It's how I treat others, the planet, animals, my family, my friends, and being part of this kind of underground community that's still very underground, because if I'm on an airplane flying somewhere and I'm talking to somebody who works on the plane, they go, "Oh, what are you doing?" "I'm going on tour." "Oh, what's your band called?" "Oh, H2O." "What kind of music?" I'm like, "Ah, man, hardcore?" And they're like, Okay, it's not Green Day, but it's not Metallica. It's somewhere in the middle of that. It's hard, but it's melodic. So even right now, people think that punk and hardcore is this huge thing because there's really big bands in the scene right now. But in reality, the civilians really still don't know about this world. It just looks so violent and crazy to them still. What they see on social media or on videos and stuff. But it's really fucked up, awesome community of like misfits and I don't know, dysfunctional family people.
But then also like even this RKL thing and Bomber and RKL and like what a genius he was musically and how much he demanded everybody to learn he used to have everybody play in the dark because he wanted them to be musical athletes. He was like, the whole point is not just getting on stage and going He said, do riffs, they were like we used to listen when we were like 11 and 12 years old to Iron Maiden. Yeah. Or we'd take a bunch of acid and listen to Pink Floyd. And you still have, your influences. Totally. And how is that going to work itself into the thing? Well, let's become amazing musicians and let's be able to work in these amazing, really complicated riffs. Mm-hmm. Let's be real musicians.
Yeah, I love that, especially for a punk band back then, too.
Especially for a punk band. And that's why I think it influenced so many other punk bands, even though they never really got there. I think more so now than ever, their comeuppance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They never really got the attention that they deserved. They started to. When they did, and then I'll get beyond the RKL thing, but when they did Rock and Roll Nightmare, when they went to Europe, they were the most popular punk band in Europe.
Really?
Yeah.
Was that early? Is it 80s or 90s?
Early 90s, or maybe even 89.
Everybody knows the name. There's people in the podcast talking about them all the time as RKL, like an underrated band that people know or didn't know from out here and stuff. You know what I mean?
But then they self-destructed. They did the opposite of what you did. And had they done what you did, because that's not what made them RKL. What made them RKL was how fucking smart and progressive they were.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get into that, that fucking spin dry of addiction and all that. And Bomber, who was like basically like fucking Queen, like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was amazing in these compositions that he would come up with, and he'd play all the instruments. He'd go, the bass sounds like this, and he'd do this amazing riff on the bass, and then he'd get behind the drums and do an amazing riff on the drums and pick up the guitar.
So real musicians,
true musician.
Probably super smart guys too.
Super fucking smart, man.
Damn.
What they could have done had they not been taken down by drugs.
Yeah, and so what do you think it was for you? Like you said, you were 16 when you kind of left that kind of world. You moved away, right, or something, or what?
I got kicked out of my house by my mom because I got into a fight with my mom because my mom stayed out all night and I was pissed and saw it as an opportunity to be shitty.
Yeah.
And regret it, but I don't regret it. And especially in watching this movie, I woke up this morning, I told you I was spinning, but not in a bad way, but in a way like, holy shit, had I not been kicked out that day and moved down on the couch with my dad, who was with his girlfriend in this small apartment.
Crazy.
Goonies never would have happened.
Yes.
And even though I got shit from my friends at home, they're like, oh, you're some fucking Hollywood guy now and all that. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Watch. And I'll go back and then do, dip my toe back in and do my crazy shit.
Yeah.
And drink and get arrested and go to jail again and all this stuff. And then I'd go back. So I always had this out. But what created that out was that fight with my mom that brought me down to LA, that had that not happened, I probably never would have been an actor because I wasn't interested in acting.
Yeah.
I never would have got on that trajectory. I would never, and I was driving down this morning, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to do this podcast with Toby. I'm driving from Santa Barbara where I live now, so it's come full circle.
Yeah.
I have this amazing piece of property. Forget the material shit. I just found this amazing piece of property that speaks to us. I'm with my family that I love. Yep. I have older kids that are good. I have younger kids that are thriving. I have a wife who's cool as shit.
Yes.
The fuck happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it's just those one things, man. Those one moments, man. They change everything, bro.
Everything. It's
crazy because you didn't really want to act, but so what made you, like, what inspired that? Because Goonies was your first thing, right?
Survival,
yeah.
Survival, and then lying until I accidentally got a job that I was right for at that moment, at that time, that I never should have been there for. I was just right. The way Sean Astin had already been hired. I looked like him. I looked like an older version of him.
Yeah.
I looked like a jock. even though I was anything but a jock.
Oh, the movie Crazy looked like a jock, dude. It's wild.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like wearing fucking, what did I wear? Sweats with the fucking shorts over the sweats. Like the lamest wardrobe anybody's ever had, ever.
Yeah.
And yet it became like iconic.
Was thrashing before movies or after? So real quick about thrashing, because I know it's a subject we talked about before, but it's interesting because my friend on the pod yesterday told me you coming on. I was like, oh my God, tell him thrashing changed my life. Yeah. And I'm like, interesting because I have a record that I talk about that you played in your truck recently. I was like, oh, I don't like that record. Like, why? It's like a long story. It's a major label. It was overproduced, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. But for some people, they love this record. It's the first time hearing H2O, and it's their gateway to the older stuff. So for you, you're not the most stoked about thrashing.
No, because I suck in it. I'm so bad, dude.
But people...
Chrissy! Like, I have no voice control or anything.
I hear you. But my vocals overproduced, and I'm just saying that.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
People love that shit,
People love that shit, and it taught me after a certain amount of time and growing up that I didn't need to fucking infect people with how I felt about it because it affected their lives. So far, be for me to go, oh, it affected your life. Well, you're an idiot because you liked a super bad movie, which I don't feel that way about that movie anymore at all. And I go, I know people that got out of, they were stuck in parents being drug addicts and they found skateboarding because of that movie. Somebody just came up to me the other day in my kid's school and they were like, my husband and I met because Thrashin' was respectively our favorite movies.
It's fucking crazy,
so we came
bro.
Together because of Thrashin', and I was like, no way, that's so great.
It's and so many positive things from it is what I'm saying.
That's what I mean. And then, like, I celebrate it now. When people talk about it, I go, fuck yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you like that movie.
Yeah.
And plus, I have a roster of movies now where I can look back. It's not like my only movie. It's I have the Goonies where they kind of picked the magic out of the bullshit in that.
Yeah.
That made it good because they were great filmmakers like Spielberg and Dick Donner. But then you do Thrashin' and nobody's good at anything except maybe Tony Hawk at skating or Tony Allen, real skaters. But, we were like kids trying our best to make,
Yeah.
And it's like acting was, I don't know, something that you aspired to, but you didn't know how to do yet. Yeah. But it was that movie, which is another positive, that I watched and I started crying when I was watching the movie. I was like, oh my God, I'm so bad. Like, I have to figure this out. Like, I'm hurting people by acting this badly. And then I went to New York, and then I started studying, and then I got, like, super serious. I said, if you're going to do this...
Because with survival at first.
Go do stage, and go fucking read all the plays, and go study with real fucking coaches. And so then it kind of changed after that.
It was crazy to have this moment where recently you dropped in for the first time in 40 years. It was so epic. That was such a great moment, dude.
What?
When you dropped in after 40 years.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. I know. But, bro, that was the same day as two old men dropping in. Like, I mean, it really was. It's like, again, I won't bring it, but Jason Sears' mom talks about nobody got hurt on Jason's ramp when they built the ramp, the huge ramp in the backyard with the roll-in and all that. But I think Josh Brolin broke his arm. So I think that's around the last time that I had dropped in on a ramp.
Way,
and then I was with you, and you're prompting me to drop in, and then I drop in, I do a couple of turns, and then I kind of fall, but
on your wrist,
but fine.
Super chill fall, yeah.
Super chill fall. Fucking hurt my wrist for it didn't heal for 8 weeks.
I know, that's the thing. We get older, man. It's crazy, dude.
It's crazy. It wasn't even a bad fall.
I know. But it's just how you felt.
It's like a slow scrape.
It's just it's crazy because me and you, for what it's worth, we're big kids. We get to do what we love. We're our own bosses. We're very blessed. We get to travel. We get to do all these cool things, be creative. You know, don't really check in with anybody except for our wives. But we still want to do these things. Like, you're still skating, still working out. Do all, it's like, but our bodies are definitely our age. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, we're kids.
Yeah,
still,
I mean, you and I talk about it often. I just got hand surgery, which was carpal tunnel and trigger finger. But I healed fast. For my age, I healed fast.
And how's it feeling now?
Good. Look at it. I mean, it's fucking,
wow, that's crazy.
I mean, that's healed really fast.
But it's all good
in
now,
5
right?
weeks. No, it's not all good, but it's getting there. But yeah, man, we feel things that we haven't felt before, and it sucks because it doesn't suck. It's great getting older.
Yeah.
You just have to deal with, it just takes longer to get a boner.
Yeah, or just sleep too. Sleep is like when you get sleep, we're like, it's like we're sending text to all of our friends. I got this much sleep last night. It's like
no, I know we're all stuck. I mean, we were sending each other's auras thing, which is so fucking lame.
But we didn't care about sleep when we were growing up.
We didn't. Of course, we didn't. We prided ourselves when not sleeping. You fucking be out half the night,
all
and then
night.
you get up in the morning and you do it day after day after day, and then you're just like. You're on the gasoline of like inspiration and you're stoked and you're like, fuck, I'm going to go to this place tonight. I'm going to listen to this band. I'm going to fucking do this thing. And then now you're like,
celebrating.
I call you and I'm like, dude, I slept 8 hours last night. You're like, no way.
Or 2 hours.
Or 2 hours. Exactly.
But it's like we're celebrating sleep, which is so, it's so, I don't know. It's wild when you get all the things you think about or care about. So like, I got surgery. You'd say, oh, my back hurts. Oh, I have this good doctor. Go see this person. Like,
I know. I saw a back doctor yesterday. I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah,
my neck's been all tweaked.
From what? Sleeping wrong?
Yeah.
Some random
sleeping
shit.
Too long.
Too long for you is not too long though.
But this guy was
regimented.
This guy was amazing. I found this dude that they put something under your thigh to ground you. It's electrical.
Okay.
So they're massaging the area, but at the same time, they're fucking electrocuting the shit out of you, and the muscles are freaking out and all that. It was amazing.
It was sick.
It was sick.
I just started doing acupuncture, which I love too, man.
I love acupuncture too.
The guy checked my tongue. He checked my pulse. He knows he's like no surgery, neck, no good. Come see me 2 times for the next 6 weeks. I'll fix you.
Really?
So I've been going twice a week, man. Yeah, I love it. It's feeling good so far. It's just.
You still have numbness in your
but I feel like there's a lot of stuff in our mind. It's so powerful. Like we can just focus on everything every day. And I feel like if we don't think about it, feel like not that it's going to go away, but for me, I'm like, I don't even think about my tingling anymore.
The big thing is that doctors, and they don't really say this anymore, and we'll get past this, but they go rest.
Yeah.
And you go, rest is really good, but inactivity is not good. Right? So like I had sciatica for 1.5 years. I had a 9mm slip between L5 and S1, which basically a 9mm slip is surgery for sure.
Yeah.
And then I met a guy who was like, you know what? Let's just try this. If it doesn't work, get super active. And we're going to do all these like foundational exercises.
Yeah.
And we're going to get you in crazy interior shape.
Okay.
And then I was doing it and I did it every day. And it got worse and worse and worse, and then it disappeared, and it never came back.
That's amazing, man, actually, when it works like that.
So them saying inevitable surgery, like absolutely you need surgery on this, that's a massive slip that's hitting your nerve, like pain for 1.5 years.
You fixed it.
That I fixed it myself
that's
without
what I
having
want,
to have
dude.
surgery.
I want that, man.
I know you do.
It's like I don't even know what to trust anymore with doctors and all this stuff.
I know, because everybody tells you something different.
I know.
And it sucks.
I know.
Because everybody wants to know. It's like I was working out and I hurt my knee, and then people, you know how they, like doctors, especially when they don't know what they're doing, they hold your knee and they get a vibe. They look off in the distance, and you're like, oh, you're full of shit. And he's like, I think it's a tendon. I think your tendon's pulled. And you're like, why are you talking like that? And then I'd go to another doctor, and then he'd tell me something else as he looks off in the distance. And then I go to another, and then I went to this guy. Oh, fuck.
They are practicing physicians. They're practicing.
Yeah.
But on us.
I went to this guy in London. He's a PT guy, and he worked for Manchester United for 10 years. So he dealt with soccer players for 10 years. And he fucking looked at my leg and he goes, oh, it's an atrophied part of your quad. All you got to do is do this step up 40 times, 4 times a day. And 7 days later, it was totally gone and it never came back.
That's crazy. Just doing that every single day.
Just doing that every day. So it had nothing to do with a tear. It had nothing to do with all these things that all these other doctors had said.
It's wild, man.
Fuck doctors.
Sometimes you got to figure out.
Fuck doctors.
I feel like all we can trust right now, all you can trust in the world is firemen. You can't trust the government. You can't trust police. You can't trust the president. All these different things. We never could trust anything, but firemen are the ones I feel like are the ones.
Some of my best friends are firemen.
Yeah, I met what I have with my. It was awesome. Nice.
Yeah, when every time we see a fireman, my kids know to stop and wave. Always.
Yeah, dude.
Stop and wave. It's a thank you wave.
For sure, man.
And the firemen will always wave back. Always.
So cool.
They're so
hardworking.
Fucking cool.
Always handsome too for some reason. I don't know why that is.
I don't know.
Okay, so lots happened since we did last pod.
I met one ugly fireman in my life. He was super ugly.
What?
No, I'm just kidding.
They're all like handsome, like jacked and everything, dude. Fuck.
But then they have the little YMCA mustache. That's always funny. Or is that more cops?
I don't know. I think they both have. Your boy had a mustache last week.
Yeah,
the fireman
he did.
Maybe it's just part of the look or something.
Ian Mather, calling out his mustache. Ian Mather.
Looks good.
He does look good.
Okay, a couple things I have to run by before we get into what's happening now is that since you've been there, Weapons came out, which was, I got to go to the premiere. I got to see it many times. Yeah. Kind of like your first horror movie you did. Incredible fucking movie. Yeah. I mean, what was a horror movie?
Mimic.
Okay.
Mimic with Guillermo del Toro's first American film.
Okay.
And he almost got fired from it. Miramax of the Weinsteins.
What year did that come out?
95, maybe 97, something like that.
Well, it's been a long time since you've been.
No, it's been a really long time, and that's when I met Robert Rodriguez, who came in and directed Second Unit for my stuff.
Okay,
and that's when that was the beginning of that friendship. So that was the next horror movie was Grindhouse.
That's right, dude.
With Robert Rodriguez, who did me a favor because I wasn't working at all, and he gave me that job. Just
that was a crazy one too, man. Grindhouse,
and then now Weapons, Zach Kreger, who you met.
Yes.
And
super nice. Did Barbarian.
Super fucking talented. Super nice.
But the movie is just...
The movie's out of control.
It just went crazy, man. And I'm sure...
Culturally.
And you really don't have any expectations for movies when you do them, right? It's Doom and that's it. And then on to the next thing.
Yeah, but like I don't, for whatever reason, I didn't have a ton of confidence in that movie, even though I loved Zach. I was like, it's a tone that I wasn't understanding.
Yeah.
Because it's absurd, it's funny, but it's scary. Like he found a tone that I thought was impossible to find.
Yeah.
And then when I saw it, I was like, yeah, this could be it was kind of like how I felt about No Country. I was like, this could be a cute little movie.
Damn, dude.
And then I saw Weapons and I called Zach immediately and I was like, bro, you hit something that I didn't know was possible to hit. And what I think is when they did the Academy Awards and Amy got nominated and then she won, but the fact that it wasn't nominated for Best Picture, which I understand, not because of how good of a picture it was, but because it was a horror movie and it was so strange tonally. But the whole Academy Awards was front loaded with that movie. Yeah,
Conan O'Brien dressed up like her.
It's crazy.
That was crazy, dude.
So it had hit some cultural...
Halloween costumes that year.
It was all her.
I know, man.
Everybody was her.
I know.
It was either K-pop Demon Hunter or her.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Good for her. She's been in the game for a long time. Remember you telling me that for a long time.
Forever. And I've known her forever. And, suddenly there's a whole new generation of people. They're like, who's that lady?
Yeah.
I'm like, are you fucking crazy?
I love that she's married to Ed Harris for like over 40 years or something. That's forever. So incredible, man.
It's always been them.
I didn't know that.
It's never been just her or just him.
Okay.
It's always been them.
But they're super low key too. They're not
super low key.
Yeah.
Super
Shout out to her. That movie's incredible. It was very so fun. Then it was like #1 streaming for so long on Netflix, all that stuff when it came out.
And did really well. Did really well domestically. Did really well globally, internationally.
Yeah.
It just hit. It hit some. Zach had his finger on the pulse of something that I don't know if you could duplicate.
Yeah.
It's cool.
And then also since then we had Running Man come out, which is a remake. That was fun.
Super fun. Edgar's fun. Edgar Wright is fun. And I've known him for a long time. I mean, I have a picture of him when we were in Cannes promoting No Country, or No Country was in the competition at Cannes.
Oh, wow.
And I met him, and there's a picture of me kissing. I'm sure I'm drunk, but I'm kissing his cheek or something.
And then Whale Fall is coming out this year, which is...
I'm stoked on.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Brian did that photo shoot for you out there in the boats during that whole making of that.
Yeah.
That one's...
Brian Bowen Smith.
And you got the kid in there, Austin Abrams, who was in Weapons as well. I met at your house. He's super nice.
Who's in Weapons and who was in... What else was he in? Oh, he was in... I did Gangster Squad with him when he was a kid.
He was in that?
Yeah, I keep forgetting he was in that. And I was like, wow, this is our first movie together. He said, no, it isn't, dude. I keep telling you that.
That's awesome.
He was a kid in Gangster Squad.
Yeah, he's a great actor, man.
And then he went to go do Zach's new movie. What's it called? Resident Evil.
I just saw the trailer at the movies the other night.
Oh, really?
It's incredible, man.
I haven't seen it.
I saw this movie, Obsessed. It's like the #1 kind of scary movie right now. Heard about this, Obsessed?
No.
Bro, it's insane. It's out right now. It's
really?
Yeah, it's about...
And it's doing really well,
a girl being obsessed with this guy. It's a crazy violence. Max loved it. That generation of kids are loving it.
He saw the movie?
Yeah, I went to it too. It was really fun.
Oh, that's cool. I want to see it.
But yeah, and then Daniel Krause, who I met at your house, he just got the Pulitzer Prize. Daniel Krause, the Pulitzer Prize he got, who did Whale Fall. And then that one, you're like, that's when you get the lighthouse back piece. That's when you had the first fake tattoo on your back.
Yeah.
And the chest stuff and all that stuff.
Yeah, which kind of like, because I knew I had always, when I got my tattoos removed,
Yes.
I had always said, like, I'll get tattoos again because the art was so much better and all that kind of. I'll probably get tattoos again when I'm around 60. Yes. Not really thinking that I would ever do it,
dude.
But then Whale Fall happened, and then we started playing with all these fake tattoos.
And then it starts going kind of online. People are like, oh shit, Josh has a back tattoo. People didn't know it was real or fake for a moment. When there's a picture that went out there, you're walking with your shirt off somewhere, like, oh my God, it's back tattoo.
Yeah, look at the back tattoo. Yeah. And all this. And it just kind of prompted that whole thing. And then, as you know, my buddy, Anders Johansson, who was part of Delta Force, and he died. And he turned me on to this word, arete, which is a Greek word that has no English equivalent, which is about excellence in everything that you do. We became super close, and then he died strangely and ironically in an automobile accident with his son, and his son survived. And so he had 4 kids. One's name is Arete. One of his daughters is named Arete. Anyway, that just like that, along with doing that movie, it all came together. I wanted to do something that represented Arete, that honored him, that also had to do with my family. And then I carry it on my back, and I don't have to fucking look at it ever, what everybody else does. But I do. I'm really proud of it.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, he thinks he's in this and that. And I go, no, man, this is like carrying a backpack of what reminds
on your
me
back,
is meaningful and of life and how I need to live it.
Yeah, it was cool because the whole process of going back and like different versions of it. Then you got to go to Brian Randolph, end up doing it for you. Killed it. Looks amazing.
It looks amazing. Up in San Rafael, which was great.
And how'd you find him?
I found him through Adam Levine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he did work on him. Okay.
He did work on him, and it's old school work.
It is.
That's why it was one of the reasons why it was so painful. Not only does Brian like lean into his shit, which he probably shouldn't lean into it as much, but like I was super interested in the technicals of the tattooing, and he used an 8-round shader.
Yeah. It's big.
That's big.
That's
a big line. So, and I did it all quick. So we did the outline in one sitting. Then I healed for 2 weeks. Then we did 3 days back to back, like 4 to 6 hours a day. And then I healed for 2 weeks. And then we did shading for 2 days. And then that was it. And I ended up contracting this thing called allodynia, which threw my whole body into like a hypersensitivity. My thighs, my back, my stomach, my chest, my arms. And then that's slowly gone away. I was bummed because I was never bummed because of the tattoo, but I was bummed that I had contracted this thing that I thought was going to be for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But it isn't. It still comes once in a while.
Is it something from the immune system? Because as you get older, getting tattooed, the shock to your body, all the ink going in there and stuff.
And I remember being ink sick. Were you ever ink sick?
Probably, yeah.
But did you ever feel like after I would have my tattoo, like the sessions, I would go back, even though I was with my family, which is so unfortunate for them. But I would lay in the bed and I would kind of shake a little bit, and I'd feel fluish. That's ink sick.
That's crazy, man.
There's a ton of ink on my back, though. I have more ink on my back than probably you do.
Yeah.
Nah, maybe not.
Maybe not. But I got my whole lower back sitting for like 8 hours once. I did it on tour because the guy was in Cali. I lived in New York. And my lymph nodes all swelled up around my groin area. And it was brutal, dude. I was in pain on the sides.
What's the most painful place you've ever had a tattoo?
My palms are pretty painful, and my butt is pretty painful.
Your butt.
You don't think about your butt. There's a lot of nerves in your butt.
But that's what I mean. They always talked about, even my tattoo, he talked about the spine. Everybody talks about the spine being so, but it wasn't the spine. It was flanking the spine. It was those fat things on your back. Kind of like your ass.
Yeah.
It fucking hurts so bad,
like above
dude.
Your pants down a little bit, right down there. Yeah.
Those.
Not your love handles, but somewhere on the area.
No, your love handles.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Brutal.
And also, I think since we're older too, it hurts more. Who never know, because it's been a while since you get tattooed. But it's interesting, Brian is so heavy-handed and thick with the ink, traditional style.
Yeah.
But then you have Dr. Wu, which is very single line, very light-handed, like on your inside of your arms. It's such a different style.
Different style, but it still works together.
And probably less painful too, because it's so light.
Dude,
yeah.
No pain.
Yeah.
No pain. And you'd think the inner arm would be painful, but it's like literally zero pain. But you have, and this is thick for him, for Dr. Wu.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at it, dude. It's like nothing. You look at my back and you're like,
and even the other ones, you had some from laser in them. And it was hard to get a lot of ink. It was so deep back then, you know.
Well, removery.
I know, but
your buds.
Yeah, but
my buds.
But remember they lasered off in the back, like it was still a little bit reminiscing. We got rid of all that shit.
We got rid of all of it.
All the dust.
And then right when we got rid of all of it, especially that back tattoo, that old Harley Davidson tattoo.
The smudge on your back.
The smudge on my back that looked like a loogie. It looked like an infected loogie. And then right when I got that off, with no intention of ever getting another tattoo, that's when I got the back, dude. The whole back.
Let's talk a little bit about whale fall. I mean, is it Austin's character that gets stuck into a whale's belly or something? What's the concept?
Yeah, it's like magical realism. It's
based on a novel, right?
Which all of it's possible because Daniel Cross talked to scientists and biologists, marine biologists, and say, is this even possible? But basically, it's a guy who has a contentious relationship with his dad. His dad ends up dying. His dad jumps off a boat, and he knows basically because the dad's best friend was with him, he knows the coordinates of where he jumped off. He goes down in this really tough place of diving, really dangerous place. And he knows in order to save face, he wants to go look for his dad's bones, if there's even a possibility of finding a bone or something like that.
Yeah.
And while he's down on a shelf, he sees a giant squid, and suddenly the water's churning like crazy. He doesn't understand why. And he gets kind of sucked into this sperm whale who's chasing the giant squid. He gets sucked into the sperm whale, and 85% of the book and the movie has to do with him trying to get his way out of one of the 4 digestive stomachs.
So you think supposedly this might have happened to somebody in real life?
It could. I think it was prompted by Daniel said he was looking at YouTube videos and saw like somebody, I don't know if they were kayaking or whatever, and a whale came up and swallowed him and then spit him out or whatever. Yeah. And he was like, God, I wonder if somebody could actually get swallowed. And then he started to research it, and then he was like, this would be something great. I mean, that's what's amazing about Daniel is he just picks these subjects and he just goes off.
I know. His mind is so... I was just talking to him that day. It's like, just like in there writing, and just like everything is all in his mind, like his whole life. And
that's why when I read that book, I was in Italy doing Ridley's movie, Dog Stars. And I slowed down when I got to the end of the book. No, I just didn't want it to end. I was so deeply immersed in it. And then when I finished it, I put the book to my chest. I put my arms around the book, and I just sobbed. That was gnarly.
Wow.
I mean, that's a good writer, man.
He's done like, what, 20 or 30 books since...
33.
Since 2019 or something.
Since 2009.
2009.
33
I was going to say that's a lot since 2019.
No, 19 is...
He's super sweet, super humble, just like...
He's a workhorse, man. Yeah. He's not only a great writer, he was staying at our house for 2 weeks finishing his last book, and then he left, and 4 days later, he won the Pulitzer for Angel Down.
Crazy,
which is the book he wrote after Whalefall. So Whalefall, I've heard, I haven't seen it, but I've heard is very good. The book is great.
Will you not see it till it comes out?
No, I'll see it before that.
Okay.
And I haven't pushed to see it because I'm excited, but I'm nervous. I'm not nervous for any like negative reason. I just know that something's good out there, and I know my experience with the book. Yeah. And I like that I'm not. That's probably why I'm not pushing to see it where I normally would, because I can't wait for the moment to like it. And if I don't, I'll be super fucking bummed.
Because there's nothing you can do about it if you see it now. It's still going to come out. It's coming October 16th.
No,
so if you see it now, it's like, because I'm sure there's been some movies that like when you were in them, your scenes, you loved everything, but then it gets changed and edited when it comes out, you're like, oh man. I'm sure that happens a lot. It happens with bands' records too. A producer changes something.
That's what I'm saying. You just talked about an album where you came out and they're like, "Oh my God, that album's so great." You can't know, and that's why you can't. You have your own opinion, but it doesn't really matter. It's how other people perceive it.
The world owns it. Then after that's out there, right?
That's it.
For the own
thing. That's it.
And
in movies, like there's certain movies also that may not hit publicly right away, and then 10 years later, like Big Lebowski,
crazy dude,
didn't make a lot of money when it came out, but 10 years later becomes the cult hit of all time. Insane, behind like Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's a great point. Yeah,
it's out of your hands.
You could be like, I swear this was a good movie. I swear, but then something happened. I swear this was a great record, but the producer did this to my vocals.
Maybe they weren't ready for it yet. Maybe they, I don't know. Maybe there's a new generation that gets turned on to it, and then it. I don't know. It's like RKL, like I said, hitting more now.
Yeah.
even though Jason's not here, hitting more now than they did. They have their appreciation now.
Yeah.
Then
it is kind of crazy after they're gone. It's beautiful. It sucks, and it's also amazing. You know what I mean? Like back then, where were you back then, motherfuckers?
Exactly.
But I mean, as things go, generational kids start getting into the roots of punk in California, especially Santa Barbara. That people don't really mention that much of having a punk scene. Everything's L.A. or San Francisco or Venice. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Lagwagon, Dr. No.
Dr. No, that's right.
You know,
like I feel like SB
Snot.
Yeah. I feel like SB gets slept on a little bit, you know, with that in the scene. That's why this doc's going to be good for that, I guess, to put on the map.
I think so.
There's also like, what's Ill Repute from Nardcore, Oxnard, all that shit.
Yeah.
Let's put a rest to this internet AI bullshit. Goonies 2 that we keep seeing around. I sent it to you. Like,
I just saw one last night. I literally saw one last night.
It's going to be in there, dude. What the fuck?
I can't wait, dude. That was a really amazing experience doing Goonies 2.
But is it AI, you think, or no?
It's in a safe, and it's not going to come out for
surprised not a Thrashing 2 one that's going to come out or something.
Working with Corey again was so much fun. He's so funny.
He did the soundtrack.
He did a lead on... He did a lead when we were on set. It was amazing. I mean, he wasn't really playing, but he did an amazing lead.
But I feel like Goonies 2 is like doing Goodfellas 2. It's like just leave something classic.
Just leave it alone.
Why you have to do
that? But
I
did hear. I don't know who.
Is
I
it
heard
really
it
happening
from.
though?
I heard from maybe it was Chris Columbus. I saw him at a restaurant, and Christopher
Columbus. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Chris Columbus wrote the Goonies, and he also like directed Home Alone and movies like that.
Oh yeah.
Like amazing guy. And he was like, "Yeah, I think there's a version now that Steven Spielberg is interested in."
No way.
But
dude.
I've heard that
throughout your whole life
for 40 years.
Yeah. No interest, right?
I don't.
Depends.
I don't want to say I have no interest.
Yeah, you can't say that. It could be a sick script.
Like, what if they bring a whole new slew of kids, and then these are like the, you know, I mean, I can't. Can I play? I don't. I'm 58, bro.
I know, but some sort of father figure in there. I don't know.
Maybe that's what I'm saying. If it's a father figure that's supporting kids, that might be really interesting. Or you just call a spade and just have us crawling through like, you know, tunnels and shit like that. And
the whole cast is still alive from that, right?
Yeah.
And then the one guy had that breakout in the movie a couple years ago. I forgot his name.
Ke Huy Quan.
Yes, that was such a beautiful moment.
He won the Academy Award.
I know, because I haven't even heard of him since that movie. I know he's done things, right?
Well, no, he went back to China and he became like a fight coordinator for 20 years.
Oh, that's incredible.
And then I think Crazy Rich Asians came out, and then he was in China, and he was like, maybe I should go back and try my hand at acting again.
By the way, he looks exactly the same. Looks young still.
Dude, he hasn't aged a month. It's weird.
Yeah, that was a beautiful moment. That shit's awesome. And like
that was amazing.
Years later, something like that happens. Not that you gave up on your career, but you're doing other things. I'm just going to go dip my feet in there again and do this movie. Then boom, that happens. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's also tricky because you come back out of nowhere, out of no man's land, and then you win the Academy Award, and then what do you do from there?
After that,
I mean, look, man, there's been so much evidence of people who have won the Academy Award. It's even when we were at Cannes. No country didn't get any awards at Cannes, and I was the only really excited dude because I saw the big picture. I was like, people who win awards at Cannes don't perform anywhere else, almost as a rule.
Mm-hmm.
You go, fuck, we won Cannes. And he says the last you heard of the movie. Whereas No Country didn't win at Cannes. It almost got shelved. They thought, I remember the person in charge, the studio in charge of the movie, thought it was boring, and they were focused on There Will Be Blood and Into the Wild.
There Will Be Blood.
And then somebody else came in, Daniel Bastek from Miramax, and said, we'll take over distribution because I really believe in this movie. And then the movie ended up winning 4 Academy Awards.
Crazy, dude.
It's fucking crazy, dude.
You never know.
It literally could have been forgotten.
Yeah, that's incredible, man. It's a blessing and a curse, I guess, that stuff with the awards and stuff.
Exactly.
Sicario, maybe a new Sicario?
Maybe. Yeah. No, I mean, that's for sure.
And then we got...
oh, look, he farted. He farted again.
Who did, Stella?
Yeah, I thought it was you, but it was the dog.
Well, that means it's the second time she's farting on the podcast.
It's like an old man fart.
She loves you. And then Dune 3's coming.
Dune 3 is coming, but I'm...
This year.
Yeah, I'm not involved.
Okay.
I was. And
will there be some ghosts of you in there or something? Or like images of you? Or
I don't know.
What about a new book?
New book, in the middle of the new book right now.
Fuck yeah.
Super like I don't know if I love doing anything more than that, but there's nothing more frustrating at the same time. Because having it
but you
being
stay
a novel,
writing though. You stay journaling, right? I mean,
dude, I write all the time.
I mean, your gratitude list,
yeah,
to me is like a pages from books. You know, when I get those, you know what I mean?
Right now, the gratitude list, which is one thing. Let me see what it says.
Josh sends this to all his homies all the time, and they're these beautiful feelings and thoughts of a weekend or a day with his family or in life or just him and his mind or traveling or wherever. And it's just like, for me personally, like, I'm not a guy that reads a lot, as you know, and the first thing, if I get those in the morning, is the first thing I do, you know, after.
I don't send them to you every day, but
no, but when I get them, when I get those, it's the first thing I read in the morning. I love it. It's just like inspiring. And
journaled 382 days of this one app, and I've written 287,000 words.
287,000?
287,000
Holy shit,
words.
dude.
So that's a lot of words. Just
I mean, you just stay writing though.
Yeah, it's my. I don't know, man.
It's therapeutic.
I don't know if it's therapeutic. It just is what it is. It's always been the number one thing. It probably will always be the number one thing. I have journals from when I was 8 that I look back on, and whatever rage and confusion I was feeling is all ended up on the page. So the page was, I told you, look.
Oh,
fucking
God,
told
man.
you. Look at that, dude.
God, man.
You have a fucking thong on. Like, what's the matter with you?
Yo, Max just came into the kitchen.
Okay, he just came into the kitchen.
With a thong on, dude. What a sick pervert.
Acting like he didn't know we were here.
But
look at that back tattoo. Morse.
Horse. It's horse.
I should say that from now on. Why do you have horse on your back? You know,
it's
Jason, we've been talking about. It's supposed to say horror. That Jason Sears had a Montecito tattoo just like that, but it kind of like it arched that way.
That's hard.
It is hard.
You should get a Montecito one, dude. Damn.
I don't think so.
Dude, the one thing that did happen though that you sold me out on, we're gonna make it up someday. But Brian you got the tattoo, Brian, and I've been asking Josh for fucking 8 years to tattoo me.
I know, and I felt so bad when I was doing it though, dude. I thought of you immediately, and I was like,
too. He hit me up.
Not that he did.
Yeah,
Brian did.
Because you told me, I said, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know you're supposed to be the first one and all that shit.
But you know what, dude? It was a moment that like somebody does something that intimate to you and that painful, and you have this relationship with this person who you've been seeing every day and you've been talking to and designing
friendship, yeah.
But then the tattoo was done, and then you go, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do now? End the friendship?
Yeah.
Or like, goodbye, thanks.
You marked him for life.
And then he said, sit down.
Yep.
And then he had drawn with the pen what he wanted me to tattoo, and it was like full circle.
Easy peasy.
It concluded it beautifully.
You killed it though.
Not really, but it was fine.
I want to get into some
for my first tattoo. It was fine.
Yeah, for sure. I want to get into some of your inspirations that inspire you to be the person you are with your writing, with your acting, with your being a father, a husband, all that. Obviously, we know your daughter Eden is a big inspiration with her
massive
group Attaboy. Her acting is incredible. You've seen her she was on Yellowstone. I remember that. Music, all that.
Just as a human being, because she's tough, but she's soft, and she's everything that I find
just like you
attractive. And she doesn't adhere to this like even when she was doing her music, and people were saying like she got a manager, and they're like, okay, we're going to send you directors, and we're going to do a video, and she's just like, I don't like the way this feels. I'm going to do the video myself.
Love that.
And used her cousin to do this kind of like silhouetted dance thing, and then did a thing with her in the ice bath, which is my influence. And
yes.
She just wrote a song about her mom that made me just bawl. I thought it was a great song.
Love that, dude.
She's just talk about beating to your own drum.
Yeah.
That's where you see the positives of how we grew up.
Yes.
In the next generation.
For sure.
I mean, this guy with his thong.
But
see how you've influenced him.
But also her writing skills inspired by you or Papa, who was a writer. You know what I mean? Like
better writer than I am. Really, really good writer.
But yeah, she's one for you. And then also some of the things I've been, a 17-year-old violinist that you saw when you were 24 years old and you were in a church in Prague still sticks in your mind. I can't pronounce her name so much.
Who?
Arnton Senna.
Oh, Arnton Senna. Yeah, but the violinist I want to say really quick.
Yeah.
Is I was traveling through. God, dog just farted again.
Sorry, dude.
No, it's all good. It's an interesting smell.
Meth
it's not like
McConaughey.
bad or good.
Meth McConaughey, yeah.
I know, totally. Fully. Meth McConaughey.
So the violinist.
No,
yeah.
the violinist was like, I think he was 17 years old. He was so arrogant. He came out with such confidence that it kind of like startled me.
Yeah.
And it was in Prague in this little church, and I just happened to walk in, and that happened to be happening, and he started playing, and it fucking blew my mind.
Damn.
It was like he had been born with that violin, and it was like he was doing a monologue, some kind of super meaningful existential monologue through that violin.
That's beautiful.
And I cried, and I felt all these things, and I was like, what the fuck? And it's things like that you just put yourself in the position. Like, that never would have happened had I not taken off to Europe.
Yeah.
Had I not done Highway to Heaven and made $5,000 and got a Eurail pass and like just ended up wherever. Like I had no money at one point, and I would just get on the train and I would end up in a different country, and then I'd just travel that country for like a week, and then I'd get back on the train, or I'd sleep in the train station.
No phone.
Nothing, dude.
It's
Nothing
pretty amazing,
back then.
man, that freedom, just being out there, just seeing the world, and
just taking in different cultures, taking different types of people, and taking in music, and being lonely, and ending up in like museums, and like creating relationships with paintings because I was super fucking lonely. And then that was a whole obsession with paintings that lasted a lifetime, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
Who was the one I mentioned? Ayrton Senna. Who was that?
Ayrton Senna is a driver that died. He was an Indy driver that started in karts, and he used to drive the Indy cars, which looked really chaotic. But if you look at like people driving karts, they're all over the fucking track.
Yeah.
And that's how he drove an Indy car. But he was super advanced driver and would win all these things. But then he ended up dying, and I don't know if it was necessarily because of that. But you look, another guy beating to his own drum.
Yeah.
Was, he just did things his way, and it wasn't necessary. Was it dangerous? I don't know.
Yeah.
But he excelled beyond the normal top expert drivers because he just had that extra fucking thing.
What year would have that been?
I don't know. What was that, 70s, 80s?
Okay.
70s, 80s? I don't know.
I'm just going to name some people that are inspirations to you. You can riff off it. Like Richard Burton.
The voice, dude.
His voice.
And his voice in different poems, especially Dylan Thomas, but also Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, which was Mike Nichols' first film, and had no idea what he was doing, and just one of the greatest films ever made. And him and Elizabeth Taylor fucking drinking and drunk and just gnarly together.
Damn.
Doing one of the greatest giving one of the greatest performances of all time. Okay. And one of the greatest movies ever made of all time. But Richard Burton was really inspiring, just in my love of language, along with Anthony Zerbe.
Tom Waits.
And Roscoe Lee Brown. Tom Waits, great writer. Amazing lyricist.
Yeah, Bob Dylan, Chris Stapleton, all such a homie used in this video.
Amazing
it was awesome.
Lyricist, blues.
Waylon Jennings, Loretta Lynn.
All.
Janis Joplin.
Fucking.
Jim Morrison. Chris Cornell, your friend. Rest in peace.
Man.
That's all this is anniversary.
Chris Cornell was like a great technician. He knew he had a 4.5 octave range. Like, who is that?
His voice is incredible, dude.
Ariana Grande has a 4.5 octave range.
Wow.
I always said 7, which was a lie because I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. but Chris was. I mean, he was an amazing.
His voice was
incredible.
Angelic, man. His voice was insane,
was angelic,
bro.
And it's funny because, and I don't know what the relationship is, but with Chris, between Catherine and I, he was like our guy.
Yeah.
So when we first got together, we'd be listening to Chris, and it just happened to be that way. And we'd fucking get teared up or whatever, and then he was supposed to sing at our wedding, and then there was a bomb threat in New York, and he had to cancel at the last moment, which he was gonna sing "Thank You" by Led Zeppelin.
Wow, man.
And then that didn't happen, and then when he passed, somehow Stapleton kind of worked himself without trying. Worked himself in that place, and it didn't replace Chris, but he's become our kind of romantic connection musically.
Yeah, Chris Stapleton. Where's he from? Is he from Texas?
Where's Stapleton from?
I know he's in this video too. That was cool.
I don't think he's from Texas. Where is he from? Is he from Nashville?
Oh, maybe that makes sense. Yeah,
is he from Florida?
Maybe. I don't know.
Obviously
Merle Haggard.
I'm gonna look it up.
Elvis Pavarotti for you. Lightning Hopkins. H2O. There's a bunch in there.
H2O, totally. Who were you influenced by? Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Looking for
love with too many faces, searching their eyes.
Yeah. I'm inspired by Descendants, Ramones, Minor Threat, The Clash.
Did you ever play with the Ramones?
I did. My brother had an older band called Outcrowd back in the 80s before he was in H2O, and they toured a bunch with Ramones, so I get to see them.
Really?
But I would see Joey walk around Lower East Side, like on the Bowery. I mean, more, oh, there goes Joey. He lived in our neighborhood, so it was just he was there. You know what I mean? I never really talked to him.
Oh, duh. I know this. Sorry to interrupt.
It's all good.
It's from Lexington, Kentucky. Stapleton.
Yeah.
Because he has a bourbon.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. It's like
this Kentucky bourbon, the wall back there, Moon's favorite drink. See it up there? Four Roses.
We need to get you a Stapleton bottle.
Yeah, Joey Ramone, dude.
Joey Ramone. I knew Joey Ramone's sister a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, through Howard Zinn when I was doing a lot of stuff with Howard Zinn. Voices of a People's History in the United States, with Matt Damon and I produced a documentary on Howard Zinn and his writings. And I knew because we would do all these performances and what's her name?
I don't know. I know she had a sister. I knew he had a brother.
Joey Ramone has a sister.
Wow.
Well, heavy accent.
Like him, I'm sure.
Heavy.
Such New
Brooklyn,
York.
right?
I don't know. Their accents were crazy. Dude.
Talking like this.
Talking like that. But I would like see him walk around. I see Rollins. Rollins lives in the same street as me and Moon for a second. I'd be like, Black Flag out the window at him sometimes. But we see him all just walk around the neighborhood.
Where's he from?
D.C.
Is he from D.C.?
Ian Mackay, best friends. Yeah, man. Minor Threat, Black Flag. That's the connect right there.
He's somebody I've never met that I've always wanted to meet. I have massive respect for his writing, for his outlook.
Spoken word shit's incredible.
Spoken word shit is incredible. Just another guy beats to his own drum.
Yeah. He's punk. He's pretty much punk as fuck still, man.
Punk as fuck.
I think he's older than you, too.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
he's 63 or something.
Looks great, though, man.
Yeah.
I was happy when he had like this big moment. Like back then he was...
Is he sober?
I got to say yes.
I don't
Might be straight edge. I don't think he really partied that much.
No, I think so, too.
Some of the stuff he liked, I mean, like Russian novels, you know...
I went through a Russian novel phase when I lived in Los Feliz. There was a great bookstore on Vermont that I used to go to. I can't remember what it was called, but I just lay on the floor and read and read and read and read and read and read. And I'd read Dostoevsky and Pushkin and Turgenev and Tolstoy. And it's fucking awesome, man.
That's
cool. Being like turned on to all this color.
Yeah, you read all kinds of things, right? It wasn't just...
I like reading. I mean, right now, because of the young kids, it's harder to read. But I love reading, man.
Like audiobooks too, or no?
I do like audiobooks, but it's not the same.
It's not, yeah.
You know, I know people said when I wrote a book that they loved listening to the audio because it was more personal to them. But I don't know, man.
You have a good voice. You have a good face for radio, too.
You have a good face for radio.
I am surprised you didn't have episode. I know you can't do it because it's probably over it now, but do a podcast. You'll be sick to have you on a podcast. I know you talked about it for a second.
I did talk about it.
I know, but your voice.
I'm not going to do a podcast. Yeah. I'm going to do your podcast.
No, I know.
I keep pushing my way in here.
Your voice is so like, I don't know, man. It's very...
you have a good voice.
Thank you. Yours is very soothing.
Tell me this. Why would you do a podcast? Because do you have fucking eye shit on, dude? Oh, you're so lame.
Max has got things on his eyes.
Dude, he has things on his eyes to bring down the puffiness. Now that what time is it? You've woken up at 11:30? You've woken up.
Why do you put him on there for? What's that for, man? We're trying to have a deep conversation about his reading.
Look at how long your guys' hair is.
This kid's hair is crazy, though, yeah.
Such a good-looking kid, man. Fucking amazing drummer.
He is.
Don't
gas him up too much. He's already...
No, but look at your eye thing's falling off.
This kid stirs, plays drums, everything.
He's taking a sip or whatever.
I like how this paws over
breakfast. Look at him. Oh my god.
We were talking about reading though.
I love that.
About reading audiobooks and your voice. And yeah, your voice is super soothing though, man.
Soothing?
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks, man.
It's very like I don't know. When people hear it, they know it's you. They know it's that voice. You know what I mean?
Given what we were talking about before,
the
fact that I have any voice whatsoever, when I think of voices, I think of Zerby, I think of Roscoe Lee Brown, I think of Richard Burton, I think of people like that. I mean, those were voices.
Anthony Hopkins, who he really loved.
Anthony Hopkins.
His voice is so amazing.
You know what? Look at his Instagram, and he'll just start spurting out some fucking amazing poem.
That's so cool. He's on Instagram like 70 doing that, talking shit all day on there.
Just because, you know what? He treats it in the way that I treat it, which is just as an experimental expression.
Yeah.
Just another mode of expression.
Yeah.
As opposed to people who are like, I want people to believe I'm a certain way or a certain status or a certain level of fame.
Yeah, I want people to like me or be cool. Or
fuck all that.
Henry Miller, E.E. Cummings.
All writers.
Zerbe, all these people. Yeah, you love, dude.
All writers and amazing personalities.
East of Eden movies that you love. Classics.
What movies did you like growing up? Do you have a movie that like...
E.T. was like my favorite movie as a kid, man.
Really? Because you're so emo.
I have an E.T. tattoo on my leg.
Really?
I saw E.T. like 13 times in the movie theater. I swear to God.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was my everything, dude. I loved E.T.
I remember
so much.
I remember seeing E.T. in Goleta with my buddy Matt Guard. And it took me, I didn't want to cry in front of him.
Yes.
And I had the biggest lump in my throat that felt cancerous
when he's dying,
at that moment.
When he's all white
dude,
in the river.
Dying.
Oh, man.
I was so fucking moved
so
by that
real
movie.
to me as a kid. I don't know why I loved it so much.
So you saw it 13 times in the theater?
Yes.
How many times do you think you've seen it all in all? Like streaming now and all that. How many times do you think? 30?
Yeah, 30's good. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw The Warriors.
Warriors.
Warriors, great movie. 66 times.
In the theater?
No, I only saw it in the theater once.
And
I saw it on VHS.
Okay, VHS.
65 times.
Damn, he ran the VHS down. That's
Down.
crazy.
Burn
Yeah,
that
Warriors
thing.
is incredible. I mean, if you think about it now, looking back at their outfits and everything, it's not so scary, but back then it looked super tough.
But it was like, it makes sense, though, that we would love that movie because it was about community.
Yeah,
it was about
dude.
bringing people together, about being loyal to each other. You know what I mean?
Baseball Furies was the shit.
Baseball Furies.
I just saw a picture from 1997. We played out here in L.A. at the, I forget it was called back, the Palace, and we dressed up as Baseball Furies.
Oh, you did?
On a Halloween show in L.A.
We did that.
Yeah,
I think we did that at some point.
It was so hard.
Out in Paso Robles,
it was
carry around
kinda
bats and shit.
Scary back then watching that
Try
movie,
to scare a cow.
Tip the cow.
Or tip the cow.
But dude, the subways in New York, I love all the New York movies like that with the grimy New York and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Back
Taxi
in the
Driver,
day.
all that stuff.
Me too.
It was just like
amazing movies.
scary and smelled, and it was just like.
And it's back when New York was like a cesspool, man.
You get stabbed walking out the street.
Yeah. But remember Times Square back then?
Yeah.
And when you go get you go cop like a dime a bud or something like that, and they'd walk by you and everybody would go, Coke, smoke, Coke,
Dude.
smoke, Coke.
All like the crazy sex spots.
All the sex spots there. All the fucking movie theaters, all the porn movie theaters along 42nd Street. That was an amazing time.
That you never
man.
went into, you just walk past it. I know.
No, you know what I did once? There was I got an operation on my groin. I don't know what it was. Something anyway. They went into my ball sack and took something out, and then I flew, and then I met a girl on. How old was I? I don't remember, but I was young, and I met a girl on the plane that I think I had known from acting school. But anyway, I met a girl on the plane. I ended up staying with her. But my dick hurt, so I couldn't really do anything. And then she didn't like that, so she kicked me out of her apartment because I was drunk one night. And then I ended up in like a flop house that night, back when there were flop houses.
Holy shit.
And the shit that I heard that night, dude, and I couldn't lock my door because my door was broken. I think it cost me $15 for the room.
Wow, man.
And I heard screaming and all that shit, like all kinds of shit going on. Like New York back when New York was New York.
Yeah, man.
It was really like invigorating, but it was also super scary.
Super
and you don't
scary.
have that. I remember walking in New York maybe 10 years ago or 8 years ago. And every time I would go to New York, I lived there for a while, but every time I would visit New York, I would always walk through all of Manhattan.
Yeah.
And then there was the last time I did that, I was like, I didn't feel unsafe once.
Mm-hmm.
New York has been fully gentrified.
I mean, I'm sure there's some spots.
I'm
maybe
sure.
East New York or something like that.
Maybe.
But even Brooklyn and the Bronx and Bed-Stuy and places that I would never even think about when I lived there, like, don't go out there. It's totally normal, man.
I mean, I remember you'd go when I lived there, I'd go down to like Avenue A,
to
B or B to C around 12th and Cop. It was super gnarly back then.
And then D meant dead. It was like names for each one. A, B, C, D. Yeah.
A, B, C, D.
C's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so different now, man.
So different.
I mean, everything changes, dude.
I mean, it's like all hip down there now.
I mean, where you live now, where you used to live, where you live in now, I'm sure that's changed drastically as well. You still have your spots.
Whole tone of the town has changed.
Yeah.
But it's still a little gnarly. Like my wife was at Summerlin what do they call it? The playground there with my kids, and some dude was hanging out. It was kind of creepy. My wife said, "Get the fuck out of here."
So there's still some creeps out there.
There are.
There's still some creeps.
But my wife, when your wife turns around and like tells somebody to leave, and like gets super severe.
Yes,
that's hot.
I love that. It's a mom instincts kicking in. You know what I mean?
I love that.
Yeah, the New York grimy shit back then, and some of the movies I know you love back then. There's also Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
What was another New York one that I know you loved back then? Was it what's the other one that's not Raging Bull? Raging
Bull is amazing. I got all down on acting for a while, and I didn't know if I wanted to do it anymore. And then I took off to our ranch up north in Paso Robles, where I spent like the first 11 years of my life. And I started watching behind the scenes. It just happened because I'm never alone. I'm never without the kids.
So behind the scenes of making movies and stuff.
Making
Godfather,
movies.
all that shit.
And that's what I watched. I watched like Godfather, Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and all that kind of stuff. And I got so jazzed to be involved in the movie industry after seeing all this behind the scenes.
That's cool.
It was super cool.
Marlon Brando and like outtakes and stuff.
Unbelievable. Outtakes of Apocalypse Now.
Oh, yeah.
Hearts of Darkness, that was made about Apocalypse Now by Coppola's wife. Amazing film. Dog Day Afternoon, of course, you love. Deer Hunter. One of my favorite films of all time. Dog Day Afternoon.
Get Shorty, you mentioned, was interesting.
Get Shorty was a great like post-surgery movie.
Okay.
Like you'd be on Oxy, sitting there and like your eyes
in
at
that? Who's in Get Shorty?
Travolta.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Travolta.
Dude. That's right.
Travolta, Rene Russo. Gandolfini is in Get Shorty. Yeah, Dennis Farina, who's like the most amazing. Dennis Farina was a cop for like 20 years, and then he retired, and then he got into acting. He was fucking the most amazing actor ever. He was a detective. That's what I was trying to think of.
Julius Caesar, you said Place in the Sun.
Brando and Julius Caesar, Place in the Sun was amazing.
Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah, that was like the first. That was the only. That was the movie that when I watched, I went, "Oh, this is something different than what I thought it was. This is interesting." It was scary.
Okay.
It was like the emotional expression was scary to me, mostly because of Brando.
Were there movies like scary movies back then, like Exorcist and shit like that?
No, but I don't mean scary as in scary like that. I mean emotionally scary and like could I do that if I tried, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But yeah, Friday the 13th.
Dude, back then though, it was so scary, man. Halloween,
Friday the
13th,
Poltergeist.
They're here. Oh man.
Yeah, man, I watched those movies.
Close Encounters.
I used to love horror movies back in the day. Not so much anymore. Once in a while. There's a movie called Weapons. It's pretty good.
Close Encounters was a sick one too.
Close Encounters because it was magical.
Yeah.
And then you get into that, what I said about Daniel Krauss. It's the same kind of thing. Like that's why I love Spielberg. I have a great letter from Spielberg that he sent me, and you'd think it was early on, but it's not. It was like, I think I was doing Dune, and I was in Budapest, and I wasn't working for like a week. And I was by myself, and I just watched Spielberg movies every day, all day.
Really?
So I watched all his movies back to back, and then I wrote him an email, and I just said I just was blown away.
Wow.
Was blown away by how beautiful. How you look at his early movies like Duel, which is an hour and a half of a truck chasing a car, and you never see who's in the truck, and it's Dennis Weaver, who's like the most boring actor ever, and it's totally compelling.
Okay,
it's fucking amazing. It's still amazing.
Was that your first time ever talking to him throughout your career?
What, Spielberg?
Yeah.
No, Goonies, dude.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Goonies.
But you've been in touch since then?
No, here and there I see him. Hey Josh, how you doing?
Yeah. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
When Goonies came out, was it a big movie?
Yes.
I mean, compared to now, what a big movie is when it first comes out, it's way different than back then.
It did well.
It did well, yeah.
It did well. But the bigger thing is that it lasted.
Dude, it's insane.
Generation after generation.
Always on TV, dude. I'll hit you up at a hotel. It's on TV or it's always playing somewhere.
So when you see a little kid come up to you at an airport or something and say, "Oh my God, that's the guy from Goonies," that's cool. Because knowing that 40 years ago, you remember kids reacting then, and those kids have grown up and had kids, and those kids are reacting, and then those kids have grown up and had kids, and those kids are reacting.
And he recognizes you, and you look the same.
Crazy.
That's a compliment to you. You still look young.
Yeah, I still look 16 for sure.
You're not 60, dude. Oh yeah, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, classic. Kramer versus Kramer, Meryl Streep, dude. All these dudes. Sophie's Choice, Deer Hunter, Napoleon, fucking Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
That's what we talked about. Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, dude. A Place in the Sun. Shelley Winters. That's another actress nobody really talks about.
Nobody talks about.
She was incredible, dude.
There's a great story of Shelley Winters. I think it's Shelley Winters, where she goes and auditions like later in life when she has to go back to auditioning for parts, which is so fucking weird because these are like some of the greatest actors that's ever been in cinema history. And they sat down and she was going to read and they go, okay, so would you like to read the scene? And she brought a bag in and she reached down and she pulled out each Academy Award that she had won.
Oh my God, it's so fucking that's hard, dude.
Which is gnarly.
Let's put them on the table like, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Do you still have to do auditions too?
No, I haven't auditioned in I don't remember what my last audition was, but it's been like maybe American Gangster was the last time I auditioned.
Because they can just watch your shit. That's your resume, basically. All the stuff you've done.
41. I mean, what is it? 2026. I did The Goonies in '84, so it's 42 years.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, come on, man. Look at my resume.
Yeah, it's not really like, but I think that people trust that I'll at least show up and do my job.
Do a great job.
Maybe.
But you never really wanted to quit acting.
I did.
Well,
couple times.
Back then when you weren't sober?
No, it had nothing to do with being sober or not. There's just been a love-hate relationship with, the more successful you get. Like there were 22 years where I wasn't being hired. And maybe I'd get, Flirting with Disaster, which was an amazing thing that David O. Russell fought for me for. And Miramax didn't want me to do and thought I was somebody who should have hit and didn't. So there were those years, those decades, and then No Country came, and then that turned into something else, and then I would turn down big money because I just wanted to work with great filmmakers, not knowing that I would work with great filmmakers, but it just so happened that everybody was so fucking confused about why I did No Country. They were like, I want to work with him and see what the fuck is up. and then that turned into working with kind of amazing filmmakers, and then I don't know. And then the business side gets into it, and then you start worrying about money and back ends and this and that, and you start getting away from the creative, or the potential of getting away from the creative, and that's no fun anymore. Yeah. So then not knowing that, but thinking like, why am I doing this anymore? Like, why am I leaving my kids? Yeah. And then you start trading full time, and at least you're home. And yes, it's stressful, but you're home. And you're taking the kids to school, and you're picking them up from school, which is amazing. Which is the best. That's fucking heaven. I know. So I go in and out, and then luckily maybe I'll get a movie that Knives Out, and I'll go, oh, there's great speeches, and it's scaring the shit out of me, and that's a good thing. Man. We missed that one. Knives Out was great. That came out too since it's been out. It's a great one. Yeah. It's almost like the music business. Like this is why I hate everything I love everything but the music business. I love everything, playing, writing, touring, performing, but everything around it. That's the part that kind of fucks with bands and fucks with your head, is just the business part of everything, But I like the business of it, and I'm good at the business of it. It's just if I focus too much on the business of it, I miss the whole point of the art. And the point is that you're creating something that people can identify with, and you're representing the human condition. Yes. And why are we here? And why the fuck do we do what we do? And why do we create the dramas that we create? Or what are these different scenarios how would we react? Would I have done that? Would I have reacted in that way? And it's a communal thing. Yeah. And if you're not doing that, if you're not coming from that base and you're just saying, how can we make as much money as we possibly can? You're just missing the whole point. I've even said it to my wife. It's like the house that you came up to that we just finished in Santa Barbara. We love that property. We did exactly what we wanted to do. We didn't use anybody. Every inch of it is our decision. And like in worst case scenario, even if it's ugly, if we love it, that's all that matters. Totally. But we also said if we lost it tomorrow, we'd be okay. And that's the essential thing. Yeah. It's like, am I defined by this house? No. Am I defined by this movie? No. Mm-hmm. Your friends, your family. I love that, man. The choices you make.
I love it.
So if I stopped acting tomorrow, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Who cares?
What? Yeah, you wouldn't care, but the people that love seeing movies, I miss seeing him in movies, obviously, but they can go back and watch all the other stuff you've done too. You know what I mean? Like, get over it, motherfuckers. I moved on to something else.
But that's why you don't, because people, it's not just this applause.
Yeah.
It's people being moved. It's a movie that a lot of people didn't see, which was Only the Brave, about the 19 kids who died. And you go, that movie came out, didn't do very well, and then it came out in streaming, and a lot of people watched it. But the thing is, getting, again, on an airport, getting off a plane and seeing some fucking super jacked dude with tattoos all over him says, I'm a fireman, and thank you so much for making that movie, with tears in his eyes. And you go,
love that.
There you go.
That's what it's about.
That's
100%.
what it's about.
Yeah, I love that, dude. Yeah, my booking agent yesterday was talking about, like, all right, we can give you this much money to play in New York in this size venue. I'm like, you know what? The money's great, but I'd rather play 2 small venues with no barricade, all ages, for the experience of, this is our first album anniversary tour in the fall. I want to play in a small crowd. The money's great, but I'm not worried about the money. I'm worried about the experience and the moment for this record and this play. You know what I mean?
Which is exactly what I was saying about Eden.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want necessarily a director who's gonna pull me into his vision of something. This is my thing. This is what I'm doing. So fucking I'll do it. Yeah, and even if I do it on an iPhone, it's my way. And it's not fuck you.
No.
It's, this is what resonates for me.
Yeah.
And you saying no to a bigger venue, and you're saying the smaller venue is just going to be more intimate, and I like the way that feels more, because my relationship with the crowd, with the audience is just what I like.
It's everything. It's the whole point of it.
It works for them better. It works for me better.
I mean,
it's this exchange that you can't deny.
It's full contact. Like, the music I play is full contact sport. Like, people are grabbing the mic, they're jumping on stage, they're diving, they're knocking you over, they're hugging you. It's full. It's not a big ass barricade, which I get people need that for insurance reasons, but for my world, the culture I come from, it's very hands-on. You know?
Totally.
Speaking of which, we got to go see together Maroon 5. That was an incredible experience. Went to Vegas to see them. It was a wonderful evening. And shout out to Maroon 5, shout out to Adam, because, like, obviously I know the band. I have a weird connect with him because Matt Wallace produced the Go record, which I don't like, but then he was about to retire, and he's like, oh, I got a demo from this small band called Maroon 5. And he ended up saying yes to them for a lower budget, and that record was their first album, and it changed Maroon 5's life and Matt Wallace.
Totally.
So going to see Maroon 5, I'm like, okay, this is cool. I met Adam through you. He's super nice. And we get to the show, and it's like, dude, I knew almost every fucking song. I don't own one record by them.
I know. See, that's the thing, is you don't know.
And and this dude can sing like it's a Prince cover. His voice is incredible. He's a sweet, humble human. And that was a cool experience, because I never thought in a million years I'd be at a Maroon 5 concert.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by it. I mean, there's so many fucking songs, dude.
What's so cool?
Thank you for that.
I was just looking at his texts, because I told you, he sent me a text and he said, I'm in love with Toby.
He did?
Yeah.
No way, dude.
I told you that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he said, I'm in love with Toby. The last time we were all together at
my
house.
Well, he's so nice. You never expect that, because you see people, you don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I moved back to Santa Barbara, and I was like, the fucking last person I want to meet is like somebody like Adam Levine.
I know you talked about that.
I did, and then I met him, and then
like, that's the only person I don't want to meet when I go to fucking Santa Barbara.
Loves his family, super family oriented, and love absolutely head over heels for his wife. And then you go,
awesome
man,
family, dude.
Awesome. And then
I love your crew up there.
It comes down to that. It's like, I don't give a fuck what you do. I think it's great that you do what you do. I don't care what you do, ultimately.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about you put all that aside, who are you as a human being?
Exactly.
Are you cool?
Because we're humans.
Or are you a dick?
You came in, you farted on my couch. We take shits, we go, we're normal, we fucking sleep. Like, people put you on this pedestal of all these expectations of how you're supposed to be, or how they think you're supposed to be, through my music or through your acting or through your writing. People, they put you in this world where you're supposed to be a certain way that you're never going to live up to everybody's expectations.
Ever.
All you can be is just true to yourself and your family and friends, and your real friends know who you are. That's why the internet shit's not real, but real life, this is us. We're talking right now.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You still fart. You still fucking do weird shit. But yeah, shout out to
karma.
Shout out to Adam,
on your couch.
So, dude, now we're Maroon 5 fans.
Yeah. No, we are.
And it was so
we
crazy.
had such a good time.
Because Moon was on the way there. Moon's like, I don't know any of their songs, but and his wife and the whole crew is just so fucking nice. Like, I love, obviously, I don't drive, and that's my own fault. And you live not that far. But thanks to Max Springs, we got busy all the time. But you have your new community up there and new friends up there. It's such a tight, awesome group of people, man.
It is.
It's a very diverse group of people too.
It was unexpected.
Yeah, I sent you the text. Firemen, actors, chefs. And that was this cool talking to the chef. He's like, where are you from? He's like, Connecticut. He's like, I said, what are you doing? I'm in a band. He's like, what band? I was like, what the fuck?
I know. He went nuts, right?
That was crazy. Like, you never know who's listening or knows anything about your music.
Yeah.
I love that in our worlds like that, too. Like, you run into people that may know H2O, and then people obviously, I know Josh from the meetings or this world. It's a very, like Joey. It's a very small world, man. Joey Feldman's one of them, dude. He's right in my backyard for like a year.
I know. Is he still? He's
not
still
gone.
there.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Dude,
he got rid of the studio.
But he's like, hey man, I know I'm one of your friends, Josh. You go, oh, that's my friend too. He goes, yeah, I know him through that. It's just a small world.
And then he ends up fucking like literally 20 feet.
But that's a sick world too. You're into the other world, the sober community and all that. It's very important to you.
Yeah, Joey. It's funny because I think of him as a painter first and sober second, even though we know each other through sobriety. We used to go to prisons together and speak at prisons.
You did? I didn't know that. Holy shit.
That's how I got to know Joey really well, like 12 years ago, speaking at prisons.
I did not know that, dude.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome you do that. Nobody knows you did that to right now. Like, I'm not documenting, filming myself out of prison.
Do you know your son's next to you right now?
Yeah, he's fucking.
Like
you want to say something to Josh, Max? You want to say something to Mike? This is the 400th episode, Max. I want to thank you for letting me take over the kitchen in here from you and your mother, man.
This is kind of still, he's still clearing his throat.
Do you want to say anything about the episode or Josh being here or anything? Or
Yeah.
Yeah, but talking to the mic before I kill you.
Look at that. You have like 4 or 5 hairs on your chest. That's awesome, dude.
If you're watching, if you're listening to this and you got in my face the other day while I was surfing, you better fucking watch your back, dude.
Ooh. What happened surfing?
Nah, I surfed.
I heard about this.
Nah, there was one. Okay, I just found out one of the dudes that got in my face the other day while we were surfing Malibu. He's a veteran and his plane was shot down back in like the 2000s, and his buddies died, and he was the only one who survived.
No way.
So he's gonna got some shit. So I was kind of like, all right, whatever.
So you let it slide.
And I told my buddy about that. He's like, just let the guy have the fucking wave, which I did. I just surfed behind him, and then he looked at me, and then he got mad at me, even though I was surfing. But
I've also surfed with you, and I know how aggro you can get.
Nah, let's calm down with that. I'm not that aggro. Hey. No, but this dude at Little Doom got in my face, and I was
Little Doom.
Yeah, I was like, let's be honest here, man. In my head, I was just like, I mean, no disrespect, but if you got the key there, right? Yeah. It's like you want to get in my face.
Yeah. You're lucky to be able to come down here whenever you want. I got to walk all the way up the beach in order to serve.
It's funny that day I had the key because my friend.
Oh, you did.
But I was like, you're acting like a rich asshole getting in my face, and then he was like, "What are you, like 10 years old?" I was like, "So you want to fight a 10-year-old? Is that what you want to do?"
Did he want to fight you?
He started splashing me. I got a video of it too because I was filming this. Like I was low-key filming because I wanted to get some clips. He got all mad at me because he was like paddling out to the top, and I was like. I said to his buddy, I didn't know it was his friend, I was like, yo, does this dude not know what etiquette is? Because there's 4 people out here, and he's still trying to take every single wave, and it's pumping. I was like, why is he sitting right in front of me every single time he takes a wave? And I went in, and I took a wave, and I paddled back out, and apparently that guy said something to his buddy. He's like, yo, that guy's talking shit. Man, fuck you. If you said that too, go fuck yourself too. Like, that's crazy. He's ratting on me. And then he paddled over me, and I'm sit there, and I'm like looking out at the back, and this dude's paddling me so fast. I was like, oh, here we go. And he's like, you got a fucking problem? And I was like, no. He's just like, you got a fucking problem, kid? And he starts splashing me. He's like, get the fuck out of here. He's like, you don't even live here. I was like, well, I don't know. I showed him my key. I was like, so how do I have this? He's like, well, fuck you. He's like, you're a fucking bitch. He started yelling at me. I was like, yo, dude, I just don't think you know what etiquette is. He was like, fuck that. I live here. I'm just paddling in front of you. I was just like, yeah, you sound wild.
I live here. I'm just paddling in front of you. I know. I just want to serve.
I was like,
he had a key because of his buddy.
You live here. You have a $10 million house here, but you want to get mad at me for it? That's crazy. But it's like, respect to you. I mean, all the cool people were just
look at. Then he turns around and he goes, "You know what, man? Respect to you."
No, respect to you, Josh.
I think this is the perfect. No. I think this is the perfect moment. It's the 400th episode. I think it's perfect that Max comes clean about the story when you were younger and Josh loaned you the key and you thought you lost it. We got to come real with it right now. Let's go.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Wait, I've never heard this, dude.
Steve, I love you, Steve, Kaleo, Xavier. The first time you let me in on my buddies surfing Little Doom.
Yeah. I remember when you had like 4 buddies over.
We were gone for hours, and you're like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah. Wait, isn't that picture that I sent you the other day of me and Chapel, and we were fixing the motorcycles. We were waiting for him. Yeah.
We lost the key. Get
the fuck out of here.
No, hold on. We lost the key. I never told you this. Okay. We lost the key, Josh. I'm actually sorry, but it was just in the car, but it slipped underneath my mat.
All right.
And underneath, but we were gone, and during that time.
So you weren't even surfing that whole time.
No,
half
we surfed.
the time you
we
were.
Surfed.
I know you surfed, but half the time you were looking for the key.
We were looking for the key, and we couldn't find it. And I was like, Xavier, Kaleo, where's the key? I was freaking out. I was like, we're never gonna surf it again. I'm never gonna see Josh again. Dude, I fucking was freaking out, and we were just like, "Where's the fucking key?" And Steve and his girlfriend were there, and they were like,
"I didn't know this."
They were having like a romantic night on the beach, and like they wanted to. I just didn't know what to say. I was like, "I'm a fucking idiot." I'm like, "Fucking, how was I? 18, 19?"
Yeah.
I was just like, I knew I couldn't be trusted. Where's the key? I couldn't find it, and we were literally about to give up and call you and tell you, we're like, "Guys, what are we gonna do? This key's so much for this. Like, you can't even replace this key."
And then right at the last second, you found it.
Right at the last second, I was looking. And it was hanging, actually. It was hanging underneath my seat. It got caught on like the ring, and it fell on the underneath, like under the seat. It got caught on something. It was hanging. It was hidden because of like a shirt. And we checked the entire car.
How long were you gone for? You were gone for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, we surfed for like 2, and we looked for like an hour and a half, and we were freaking out the entire time. Like, we lost Josh Brolin's key. We're never gonna see Josh again.
I don't think it necessarily because of the key, because I don't think I ever invited you back.
That's fucking funny.
I was like, you brought too many fucking people, dude. There's too many people.
That was fucked, but you know, I had to tell him. You had to tell him.
I appreciate you coming clean.
Are we signing after this or no?
By the way, we went to Surf Ranch together also.
We did. I was just gonna actually say that on the podcast. I was like, you know, instead of that doesn't matter. What I was gonna say was yeah, never got invited to Little Doom again. That's all my fault. But I actually did. We did go to the surf ranch, Kelly Slater's wave pool, which was the best experience of my life.
You're just one of those guys. You remind me.
But I think you killed it the second time you went.
The second time, dude. The first time was horrible, bro.
I hadn't surfed in how many years though?
I hadn't surfed in like 6 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
And my hips got. It was like full old man, bro, jacked. After I surfed for literally 2 sessions.
Everyone got jacked on that trip.
Mike, and then Mike broke his nose.
Yeah. Someone had to go watch their kid, and then I ended up scoring waves.
Yeah. See, shut up. Look at that smile, bro.
So fun.
You were like, everybody had to take care of each other, and then I surfed. Because I refused to take care of anybody.
Well, you know how it is. What? I was surfing. You know,
but I was going to say that you had surfed at that point, maybe for what, 3 years?
Maybe just about like 3 or 4 years. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
You're natural. Everything you do, drums, surfing, it's crazy, dude. What?
I love you guys. No, keep it all in. Nah. Anyway, I love you guys. I love you, Josh.
Love you, bro.
Love you, Pops. 400. Yeah, congrats for the 400th episode. That's a lot of listening.
Yeah, man, congrats.
That's
great.
That's 400 episodes that I haven't had a kitchen table and me and my family can't eat dinner together.
Yeah, but you know what? Look at what you got out of it. You're gonna fucking.
I got a liquid death flask. You know what I said yesterday?
Look at what you got out of it. You got a liquid death flask. You know what I said to Let's talk about liquid death
real quick. But you know what I said to Moon yesterday? I said,
"What?
It's fucked up to say this. It's really fucked up."
What?
I was like, I had more conversations in this kitchen with strangers
than you have with your own kid, than your own family.
So she's like, that's not cool. That's fucked up. We talk in the other room, I guess.
You're like, I've talked with so many great people. I really want to get to know you one day. My wife. By the way, you just had an anniversary.
Yes, 30 years.
Fuck, dude.
Pretty amazing, man.
How is it that you guys have been together 30 years and Max is still 12? You think he'd be older by now? I think he would have had 30 him sooner.
No, it's crazy today. Everybody's like, "Congrats! I can't believe you made it through that, and you guys did it, and this and that." And Moon's like, "Dude, we barely fought. We never fought one time. Maybe
seriously,
we never fight over anything, and it's so chill and it's so easy. And we were best friends first, and I'm very fucking lucky. And she puts up with all my insanities, all my hypochondriac.
You're one of the coolest couples I know, and that I've ever known.
Thank you, bro. No, I'm very lucky to have her. She's lucky to have me, pretty much. But no.
Pretty much.
But it's crazy. This is like 30 years. It's a fucking long time, dude.
It's a long time.
Obviously, we got like friends and family who parents have been together 40 years. I want that to be us someday. I'm thriving to be like, it's till death, dude.
What is it? We just remember meeting Jack and Linda on Ocean Park.
Yeah.
Off Ocean Park, right? The older dude, biker dude with the big fucking white beard and all that. They lived 2 houses up from us. And they'd been there since, I remember them telling me that like, The Doors. Jim Morrison used to come and like hang out on their stoop and shit. But he just passed and they had been together for 56 years.
He just passed? Wow, man.
He just passed.
They always say that the man goes first too. Yeah. Which is crazy.
And then you see how, like, I don't want to say, about Linda because Linda's healthy and great, but the heartbreak, man.
I know. I don't know what's going to... And the thing about it is, if you have kids, right, it's selfish to say, like, if I lost my wife, I wouldn't want to be here. But I got to be here for Max, obviously. But, like, she's she's my everything. And it's just like...
he'll be surfing the whole time.
I can't even imagine that. And also...
Can't even imagine.
Not to get morbid, too. Like, we are older now, and you have younger children. My son's only have 1 kid. And, the how much longer we're going to be here for. Like, we're in our 50s. And
we don't know. Time becomes more precious.
Yeah, and we're thriving in our 50s. I love the 50s.
Me too.
It's like, I want to be here as long as possible. And if there is an afterlife, which I really hope there is, I can look down and watch, I don't know.
Watch what's going on.
Yeah, man. It's just so, not to get morbid, but it's reality,
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think about death or getting old? Or
I do. I think about it more now than probably ever. But in what I was just saying about, if there's no afterlife, if there's not any of that, which all sounds kind of amazing conceptually, but we know nothing, and we won't know nothing until it happens. And even when it happens, we can't tell anybody that it's going to happen because there's no, and all that kind of. So you might as well just colorize and take advantage of every moment while you're alive.
No, it's true. It is true. And I love being alive. I love my life. I love all that. But like we aren't here forever, and it just sucks.
What did I write? Did I send you something this morning? I did, right?
About that.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know, man.
What's your name?
Toby. Did you ever have a plan B?
No.
Never.
No, and I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, the way, I feel that it was a gift because I hear people who imagine their lives to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Maybe they were, king of the prom or queen of the prom, and they were like, oh, it's fucking, I'm stoked.
Killing it.
It's only going to be me for, it's only going to be upward.
Yes.
And then they go, shit didn't turn out like I imagined.
That's what I say. People see pizza in high school.
I never imagined turning out any certain way.
Mm-hmm. No expectations.
I just didn't. I just didn't have it.
Yeah.
So whatever was there, I'd take advantage of, and I'd try to utilize the color of whatever that was to the best of my ability at that moment.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a conscious thing. It's just how I was. But what I wrote about this morning was I felt like, especially early on, that I was living in acrylics. They were loud. They were extreme, but they had no depth.
Yeah.
And that now I've advanced to oils.
To oils, nice. I like that.
You know what I mean? I wrote something.
You're so great with words, man, and stuff like that. And it's, dude.
Anyway.
No, I'm serious. You have an amazing mind. But yeah, I mean, getting old and no plan B. Yeah, I started the band as a joke and it just became something real.
That's what I'm saying. You didn't know
anything. Nothing, dude.
And look, it's 30 years later and you're still playing. You're still touring.
It's crazy. And my son's in the band. It's crazy to me to think about that. 30 years married and 32 years in the band. I met my wife before the band.
Wow.
But it's like, it's so much of your life,
So what are the milestones in your life? Your band? Is your podcast a milestone?
It could be. I mean, marriage 30 years is...
Marriage 30 years.
It's hard to beat that.
Yeah.
Making an amazing son who, I'm so proud of. That's like the best thing I ever done in my life was making Max, having a child with my best friend. That's the most beautiful thing. Obviously being married to for 30 years and being in the same band with my best friends for 32 years and doing what I love. But I worked hard at it too. I never quit. I never gave up. Yeah. I never stopped believing in myself. I never listened to the outside shit. I just did my thing, stayed in my lane. And I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful that my band still wants to tour and still wants to make music. Rusty's 62.
Did you ever go through a thing with your band where you guys hated each other and didn't want to tour?
Never hated each other, but we took a hiatus from after the major label record, which I didn't let go in 2001. We took a hiatus for 8 years making music, and then I did that side project, Hazen Street, and then I became a dad. I moved to California. So there was a lot going on that time.
So what was the time that you took off? How much time?
Time for making records was 8 years. And we took like 4 years off of touring with H2O. I did another side project.
Yeah.
So I was still being creative, but I also became a father, which changed everything. When I became a dad, I had nothing going on, so I worked for Golden Voice, and I built stages at Coachella. I worked at the Henry Fonda Theater on Hollywood Boulevard, and I was working with people who recognized me from the band, taking photos of me while I'm loading in their gear. It was a very interesting thing I did, and I needed money for my family. I'm like, I need to get a job, so I started building stages, setting up drums, doing all this.
I didn't know that, dude.
Doing all the behind the scenes shit where people recognize me all the time. There'd be bands playing that used to open up for us, and I'd be setting up their shit.
No way.
It was a humble. It wasn't like I feel like I am a humble person. It was not humbling. It was a reality situation where I was like, holy shit, this is what I'm doing now. My band isn't over. We're on hiatus. But then we came back with this album called Nothing to Prove, which became our biggest record ever, and that was 8 years later.
That was 8 years later from the album before.
Correct.
Wow. And that was your biggest record
ever to this date.
So it's almost like it needed to happen.
And
I mean, in hindsight, when you look at it, it was like it was the rest or the pause.
It was like Your No Country.
Yeah,
it was Your No Country.
Yeah.
And I wrote every lyric on the record. I had nothing to do with the Go record because I didn't want to be on a major label. My heart wasn't in it. I was moving during that time. Moon got pregnant, and I didn't write anything on that record. And I just kind of gave it to my brother, and Rusty did take the reins, and that's kind of a regret. But people love the record, so I can't say anything. Anyway, did that work. Setting up stage at Coachella, like I was so tired. I didn't even get to watch Coldplay, my favorite band. I did stages for Coldplay, but I was at the hotel sleeping. I was so wrecked. Like 14-hour days outside with a bunch of suspect people. I was working with suspect tattoos. Wow. During that time, I was like, yo, I'm never doing this thing. I get this. I know the behind the scenes shit, but I like being on stage. I respect everybody who worked to build the stages, but I'm not doing this shit again. That was the point of like, fuck that, I'm making a record. That inspired me to make a record.
Yeah, that's really
to get back on the road. You know what I mean?
No, but those moments, like I wasn't making any money acting, so I had to trade for 4 years. And I became a full-time trader, or I was a landscaper for a year.
It's crazy about the original spot you had where you got it originally, and then you couldn't afford it at the time, and I think you kept it or rented it and came back to it, right? Is that true, maybe?
What was it?
When in Malibu, that spot you had for such a long time.
No, the ranch.
That's right. That's the one. Yeah,
it was the ranch. I had the ranch, and I sold the ranch, and I used the money to trade and made money on that money. Dude. And that was in 2004 that I sold it. And then No Country happened in 2006, but I was still trading because I still wasn't making any money. I didn't make hardly any money on No Country.
It's so nuts, dude.
and then I bought the same ranch back in 2010, and I still have the ranch.
Fucking amazing, dude.
It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing. Like objectively, when I look at it, I go, how the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. And now you're in the house of the crazies.
No, I'm in La Casa de Monte.
Casa de Monte. I love that, dude. I love that so much, dude. This is a house of crazies.
It's funny. I know an Italian guy who's like, my father used to say that all the time. La Casa de Monte. This is a fucking nut house. La Casa de Monte. That's what our house is called. We had a plaque made.
You did?
Yeah.
I love that, dude. And also, you're rocking the Cito Rats. So it's a big history of you growing up, your crew, your boys you grew up with, and now you kind of bringing back the merch. And
there was a whole thing about even talking about the RKL documentary and all that, and it was sad because all these amazing people passing, and then hearing all the stories, and knowing that the Cito Rats is all wrapped up in that and our history, and I was like,
did they mention them in the doc?
No, they don't. And I thought, and I said that to Benny. I was like, I think it's kind of good that you didn't, because then you'd have to go and explain that whole thing.
Yeah.
And it was just about RKL. It's just about that band. It's just about the trajectory of that band. But the Cito Rats were all immersed in, those guys were Cito Rats, we were Cito Rats, whatever. And whether we were doing that thing or something else or getting into motorcycles or whatever it was, all hanging out the bottle shop together. The thing was, I was so sick of hearing the fucking war stories and the death stories that I kind of spearheaded the whole thing and created all this merch. And I was like, look, I want to look at it in a different way. This is survived and updated.
Yeah.
This is about celebrating the people who are still around and what the fuck they're doing with their lives, instead of look at how destructive we are and we're dying one after the other.
Yeah.
I want to have something to celebrate instead of something to constantly mourn.
And how many are still here?
I don't know.
Shout out to Herb, dude.
15, maybe.
15.
Maybe.
Wow, man.
The old school Cito Rats from the 80s. But Herb, He's 30 years
legend,
sober.
dude. I love Herb, dude.
Yeah, he's the best.
That's your OG. Like that's your ride or die. Your dude from back then. Like
as much as we bicker and fight and break each other's balls, he's the guy. He's the guy that I met when I was 11. He was the second guy I met. The first guy I met was Jason Sears.
Yes.
We spent every day together for 3 years. And Herb came right after that when he rode by me on a motorcycle when I was pushing my 10-speed up Park Lane, and he threw a bunch of rocks in my face with his dirt bike.
Oh yeah, that's right. But dude, you could call that guy anytime; he'd be right there for you, man.
Instantaneously.
Yeah.
Like literally without a thought.
And those are the
loyalty. That's what I'm saying.
Loyalty.
It's celebrating that loyalty, and that the whole Cito Rats thing says. Rust and blood, and the blood is the loyalty, and the rust is the time put in, and then we're still here.
Still here. So do you still meet up with the guys still?
Yeah, I mean, I see the guys. I don't see a lot of the guys. Like I haven't seen Chris Rest for a long time, who's the guitarist for RKL. I haven't seen some of the guys, and I'll see them eventually. But we just did. I told you this. We did this thing. Which I probably shouldn't say, but you know there was the RKL wall, which is above Hammond's. And the RKL wall had Jason Sears Lives on it and RKL on it forever, for as long as I can remember after Jason died, right?
It never was messed with.
I don't know, 15, 20 years was never messed with. And then somebody came in and tagged it, you know, and whatever, Mesa or Eastside or whatever. They came in and tagged it. I know. They came in and tagged it. So I talked to this guy, Phil Regan, about going down there and re-tagging it. In RKL, I'm bringing it back to the RKL because it's the RKL wall. That's our local spot, man.
Turf, dude.
You know what I mean? So we were gonna do it, and then it was like there was all these logistics, and he couldn't get there, and I couldn't get there, and then fuck it, I just went to the store and I got 2 red spray paint, and I went down there with my daughters. We went down the railroad tracks, and then we crossed the kind of homeless encampment there, and then got to the wall, and then I had my 5-year-old looking one way and my 7-year-old looking another way. And
the lookouts for you.
And then I did the wall, and it looks great. That is
insane, bro. When's the last time you tagged something?
I have a great picture.
I saw it. Dude, when's the last time you tagged something or graffitied anything? Did you ever tag back in the day, like have a name?
Yeah, we would tag.
Did you ever graffiti name?
Rats.
Oh yeah, no graffiti name for you personally though.
No.
So that's the first time you got a can of paint, and then you
can of red paint.
Fixed the bombing on the wall.
Yeah, where is it?
I wonder if the guy did it, dude. Fuck, he was listening or something, dude.
I don't know. I didn't want to bring it up because I was worried about it, but at the same time, it's like it's important within the context of what we're talking about.
Yeah. Damn, man.
RKL. It's great. I have this video of like the 2 girls saying RKL and like throwing up a big shaka.
Have they heard RKL? Probably. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I played at my house.
And did you explain?
Did I play it when you were there? No.
Maybe.
I think I did.
We were working for Ghazi all day the other day. That was sick.
Yeah, that was
Descendants.
Fun. Yeah.
Do the kids know about Cito Rats?
Of course.
And what movies have they
seen? We were looking for the wall because I forgot how to get to the wall because I've been gone for so long. Yeah. And that wall is kind of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
And there's been all these new houses. So we got into this area. And it was kind of a gated area, but there's a way you can get in there. And then we went way into the area looking for the wall. And then I was like, shit, we got to go all the way back to where we came from, which was a long walk with a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old. And my 7-year-old goes, why don't you go up to the guy at the gate and just tell him you're a Cito Rat? He'll open the gate. I was like, what did you just say?
Are you serious?
I have it on video, dude. I was like, say that again. Yeah. So she knows intrinsically what a Cito Rat is.
And what movies have they seen of yours?
And even though there's no more Cito Rats, there's still relations. So my 2 girls are absolute, descendants of Cito Rats.
They are.
They know what it means, and they know it's all good.
Have they seen Goonies before?
No.
So they see any of your movies?
No.
Wow, man. No. So what's going to be the age they can see Goonies, you think?
My 7-year-old now knows what I do, or a version of what I do.
Okay.
But no, I have no interest in showing them until it's inevitable.
Yeah.
I mean, it is inevitable.
But they see people coming up to you for photos. They know that you're doing something.
Yeah, they don't understand it. They didn't understand it. Now they accept it, but they didn't understand it. They were like, why are all these people coming up to you and asking all these things? Like, do you know everybody? What's up?
Are you inevitable?
I knew you were going to say that. I even caught that when I said it.
What?
Here,
What's wrong with that?
Let me see. Inevitable.
Yeah.
That's
one thing that hasn't happened
thing.
since we've been friends, Josh.
You should see Avengers.
Is that you and Max never surfed together?
That's not true.
What'd you guys? Oh yeah, at the park, like in the ocean though.
No.
What are you guys watching? Some waves?
Is this Doom?
No, I love this episode.
Where is
this?
This?
Amazing, bro.
This is what?
Third point right now.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Did you just film this on?
No, that's just the live
Surfline?
That's like what's happening right now.
No way, dude. Look at that set.
Yeah.
When's
So
last
there's
time
a
you guys
whole
got
swell
in the ocean and did that?
What? What?
Nothing.
It says
Hang on.
2 to 3 right now. Look at it next week.
Bring up Santa Barbara.
Look at it next
We
week.
got the waves right now.
Dude.
Yeah.
No way. When's that?
Next week.
Bring up Hammond.
You guys surf next week up there?
Surf like a lot up there. Let's see.
Here, let's see. Do they have a
South?
what? What happened?
Max, you be talking to the mic during the podcast. It's a professional podcast, dude.
Professional.
Me and Josh are talking about life in here,
Thanks
dude.
for showing me that. So what is that? See where that hits in Santa Barbara? Rincon? Yeah,
We're gonna try to surf next week.
maybe.
What are some latest obsessions you have right now?
Obsessions?
Yeah.
You.
Besides
Liquid Death.
me, shout out to
obsessed.
Liquid Death, man.
I mean, that's not even a shout out. It's like it's. I'm obsessed with Liquid Death.
I know.
I'm obsessed.
You've been since day one though too. You always supported it, dude.
I've supported it because it's one of those things that never should have happened that happened.
It's great.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was
It's
a joke.
like-
it was a YouTube phenomenal video that went viral.
Phenomenon,
you know what I mean?
right.
Phenomenon.
Yeah. And Liquid Death, I mean, I remember people reacting to it before, and now they know what it is, but before they're like, it's what? It's a what?
Yeah.
Liquid Death. Why
love
would
it.
anybody drink that?
And the stories people were telling at your house about maybe people double taking them drinking in their car, or police pulling them over, or
Exactly.
people on
Because
the
it looks
beach
like a
drinking
beer,
it.
but the greatest thing, which I think is a major positive, is it started to take off with all these like Bonnaroo or Coachella or whatever, because kids who didn't want to drink didn't want to be, ousted because they didn't want to drink.
Want to fit in
So
still.
they wanted to fit in still, so they hold this thing that looks like a tall boy, looks like a 40 or whatever, and then people assume that they're drinking when really they're drinking water.
I love that.
I love that.
I love that Mike LD told Adam, all I want is a signed copy of your first record.
Of your first record.
And that's it.
And
now
then
he's-
I'll send you as much LD as you want.
Dude, and now he's set for life with the LD.
I know. It's
I love
cool.
that they're dropping new stuff every day. They had the Pop-Tarts we had, all the different flavors.
Pop-Tarts was actually better than it should have been.
I agree.
The
I was nervous
Captain,
about that.
Captain Crunch was not as good as I thought it was going to
yeah.
be, but it was still good, and I know it did really well. And then you have, Mountain
Don't.
Death, which was
Mountain Don't.
Was Mountain Don't, which was a problem.
Yes.
Based on Mountain Dew, and now
Now
it's
the
Mountain
collectibles,
Death. Now what? Mountain
I'm gonna
Don'ts
buy
are?
some- yeah, my friend sent me a link to buy
See, I
some.
love
They're
that
worth money.
Liquid Death is in a position now where you can have a collectible. Something that
Collectible
should have
can.
worked. I know. That's what I'm saying.
So there's Dr. Don'ts, and people listening, there's Dr. Don'ts out there in the wilderness. If you buy them online, get those and save those and hold those. It's just like Dead Billionaires.
Yeah.
When he got a cease and desist about Arnold Palmer or whatever that and did Dead
Yeah.
Billionaires. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fucking punk and it's so clever, but it just makes sense. I don't know something about it.
And Mike and I got in a thing because he had an idea. I think I've said this
Yeah,
before.
yeah,
we
yeah,
had an
yeah.
idea that he
Yep.
would do this thrashing thing,
Yep.
and I thought it was so dumb, or I was insulted by it. and then Mike and I would see each other at the fucking bakery, the only bakery that exists around
I remember
Point
that
Doom.
time, dude.
And then we just kind of like not talk to each other and all that. And then he called me, and then he was like, and I said, "Oh, I overreacted. It was stupid," and then got involved anyway. But turned out to be one of the coolest fucking guys I know. Like
Yeah,
truly
he's a
one
sweetheart,
of the
man.
He is a sweetheart.
He's a good human, good family.
And
Just-
what he's doing, I think, is so anomalous and so amazing because it's totally based on their own interests
Yeah.
and their own funny bone.
And they don't give a
They don't
fuck
give a
about
fuck.
all the shit they're dropping, like the one yesterday, the parents in the diapers. Just all the different commercials they're doing, the different collabs they're
The
doing.
parents in the diapers are so good.
It's just like, the thing about it is, it's like he is living out his childhood dreams of like, okay, I grew up
Totally.
watching the Bones Brigade. Okay, Tony Hawk's going to do something. Like he gets to work with all these people that
Yeah.
he grew up loving, and they're fucking with his brand.
Yeah, totally.
And most of them aren't even getting paid to fuck with the brand. They just love it. They're having on the podcast, like Steve, all these.
That's what I
dudes.
mean. It's fun. It just brings back a color where there wasn't necessarily a color. And you're talking about Evian, or you're talking about whatever kind of water, and you're like, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I've made the purest water, and it's this pH. Who fucking cares?
Who cares?
Why are we getting all like
Oh, if it's balanced or not, the water or
balanced, and
alkaline
which is all
water.
alkaline alkaline water, it's all good. It's like, buy this for $25 a bottle. It's like, oh, you have to be exclusive. You have to be really rich to buy this bottle. And you go, yeah, what about Liquid Death? Where you just say, fuck it.
It's also funny there's a bunch of companies trying to copy them now too.
Of course.
And trying to come back with their own like rock water and different box water.
But what better compliment than that?
I know.
You know what I mean? People are trying to copy your shit.
And So that's your latest obsession, still Liquid Death?
Yeah. What's your latest obsession?
My latest obsession.
What are you into lately?
My latest obsession right now is really focusing on getting stronger and going to the gym. I have PT twice a week, really trying to get muscles. And because it's super important as we get older, muscles hold up everything. To stay strong. Yeah, because as we get older, especially for me, I barely eat anything, is to maintain the muscles that keeps everything in check. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is your sauna on, by the way?
No, it can be on if you want it to be on.
Yeah, we should do it later. Look at this guy. Are you going to go turn it on? Yeah, turn it on.
Just hang out for a second, you weirdo. But yeah, Josh, that's my latest obsession.
That's cool, actually. And it's mine too, even though because of this surgery, this hand surgery, I haven't been able to do anything. And because of the inactivity, my neck has started to hurt. Like a bunch of shit has started to hurt.
But you're on your training, though, your workouts, though.
I was, and then I will be again.
Yeah.
Because you have to stay strong. Because if you're not strong, things start busting and breaking and moving.
Are we allowed to speak about peptides?
Yeah,
it's all the rage, and you did it, and I'm so curious. I always ask you about it. I don't know if it's vegan or not or what's in it, but it's really helpful.
It can be helpful, and I think it's helpful to get off it too. Like I wasn't sleeping, and I was using peptides that hopefully to help me sleep and all this kind of stuff. And then for some reason recently, I got off everything, and I've been sleeping
so much better.
I've been sleeping amazing. Not that I feel better that I'm off peptides, because I've felt really good on peptides, but I'm sleeping. So is it the peptides, or is it psychological, or is it that I'm at this place right now where I go, I don't give a fuck. I just want to sleep. I want to wake up with my family. I want to hop on the bed with my kids. I want to kiss my wife. And then once that kind of clicked in, I started sleeping like 8 hours a night, which I never have, dude.
It's almost like you feel guilty because you almost feel like you feel guilty. Oh my God, I slept past 5.
I think that's 6. Always been the thing. I've said, like, if you sleep, that means you're letting life pass you by.
But it's not. Do you
have to rest those old bones? Retraining my mind not to think that way.
Because you have to rest. You have to let your body recoup from all this shit.
You need recoup. I don't want to sleep 15 hours a night like I've seen some guys do.
Because I feel like your mind's always going for you. Is it hard to shut your brain off at night?
Totally. And especially when I wake up in the morning. If I wake up, God, dude, you're so annoying.
Yo, Josh, so it's hard to shut your brain off and go to sleep at night?
No.
Okay.
I can go to sleep easy. And then once I get the amount of sleep that I can survive on, then my mind wants to wake up hours. Even when I'm sleeping. I mean, my fucking neck hurts, and I woke up the other night at like 2:30 in the morning, digging my knuckles into my neck.
Fuck.
I was like in mid-dig.
Mid-dig.
So my brain's not stopping.
I know, man.
My brain's going. So when I wake up in the morning, whether it be writing or anything else, I know I'm at my peak right when I wake up.
Yeah.
I'm at my most awake. I'm at my most focused right when I wake up in the morning.
Present, all that
Which
stuff.
A lot of people take an hour or 2 hours to wake up, and they need their coffee and all that. I love my coffee, but I don't need the coffee.
You don't need it.
No,
it's a ritual,
2 cups of coffee a day.
But it's a ritual, right?
I used to do 30, dude. 30 cups of coffee when I was in my 20s.
Throughout the fucking day?
All throughout the day. Just one after the other, after the other.
You got an iron stomach, bro. Something, dude.
Shaking and fucking
jittery
tweaking.
And fucking dehydrated all day long?
All day long.
So now it's just 2.
Now it's 2.
Well, that's the addict in you, right? So it's one thing, you just go crazy on the one thing, right, for you?
And I don't want more coffee than that, because then it affects my sleep later on. If I have a cup of coffee, once in a while I have a cup of coffee if I really need it in the day. But then something I do now, it sounds so fucking old, is I nap.
Yeah, that's reality. That's great, dude.
If I can sleep between 10 minutes and 30 minutes, I'm good for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel great. If I don't, then I'm kind of fucked. So unless I sleep 8 hours, then I don't need it.
Yeah, because it could fuck you up at night to go to sleep that night too.
Exactly.
Sleep is so key, bro. I'm happy you get more sleep, dude.
Me too.
Because there was a moment, I forgot, it was like on the Aura ring, which I don't have right now because it doesn't work anymore for some reason. Yeah. I don't pay attention to it, but we were like obsessed on the sleep shit.
And you and I were sending shit every day.
Like 3 or 4 hours.
No, dude, I would do 2 hours, and then I'd do 4 to 6 hours, and then I'd do 2 hours again, and it's just crazy.
It's brutal.
And then when I started sleeping, it felt like something was wrong with my body because it knew it was going into recovery mode.
Yeah.
So it was like, don't it was almost like suggesting don't do anything that is dangerous because you're going to get hurt because you're recovering now.
Yeah. You're not 100%.
I didn't articulate that well, but do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I fucking stutter through that. Anyway.
Latest obsession. So that's is your liquid death thing right now.
So what's the other? The obsession is family.
Yeah,
I'm not
family.
working right now. I need to get back in the trenches and start. We've been developing things and stuff that I'm really happy about. And Sicario 3 is going to happen probably.
That's awesome.
All that kind of stuff. But I need to focus more than I have been because I've been really focused on the house and the family.
And now that that's done, can you just relax and chill?
Yeah. I mean,
we're going to find little things that
we're not going to work over the summer. We're going to go to Europe.
That's amazing. I hope I see you over there. That'd be awesome, dude. Yeah.
That would be
cross
amazing,
paths out
actually.
there. It'd be amazing, dude.
Yeah. Have we been in Europe together?
Yeah, a couple times. We didn't see each other. We're too far away.
Weren't we at
when
the
you museum
were doing together?
Where?
The museum? Were we in London together?
No, man.
Where did we see each other in Europe?
I don't know if we saw each other in Europe.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, but you were doing something in England. That was Knives Out.
Yeah.
And I was over there too, but you
That's
were.
right.
Yeah, we didn't see each other. It was hard though.
That's what it was.
But the trains are cool. We can actually go back and forth pretty easy to see each other.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see you out there this summer, man. I don't know if I asked you this too on the last episode. Was your last real job? We had a boss. We clocked in.
Landscaping.
What year? How old are you?
29 or 30.
Really?
29 or 30.
Wow, so you're still acting during the whole time, yeah?
No, I wasn't acting.
You weren't acting?
No, I was living in Prescott, Arizona.
Fuck.
And I was working for this landscaper, and then he told me, he came up to me at one point. He goes, "I don't think you're so into this anymore. I think maybe you should walk away." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "I can just tell you're doing the work. You're just not into it."
You knew you weren't.
But that was a year. That was a year of doing, maybe a little less, maybe 7 or 8 months to do it.
And that was the last one, kind of.
Yeah. How about you? Never.
It's a fucking great question. No, motherfucker. Dude, working at Golden Voice.
Oh, yeah.
When Max was born, like around the time he was born,
right.
like 2000,
Money.
2002, 2003, yeah.
That was the last time you had a boss.
Yeah, because then we put the record out. It's
more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, man.
But other than that, you've always been your own boss.
Yeah, but I had jobs here and there, like in New York. We built a sound factory on 54th Street. I worked at a couple record labels in the early 90s.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but still doing the band when we first started. We weren't making any money, you know? There's no money in punk rock. There was no, like, career in this, you know?
But there is now, right? You make enough money to live.
Totally. Now with, yeah, for sure. Now there is.
Yeah.
It's such a different time, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the explosion of punk rock in 1994 with Offspring and Green Day and Blink-182, that really helped everybody else.
Yeah.
That was the year punk broke, they say, in 1994.
Is Green Day considered punk?
To some people, they are. To some people, that's their first.
They're punky. I mean,
they're punk kids.
Yeah, that's true.
They grew up punk, but to some people, that's their first punk band.
But even when I told you we saw it for the first time, we went to Sphere.
Yes.
And saw No Doubt.
Yes.
That was punk to me.
Okay.
Which I would never consider that punk before. But she was punk to me.
For sure.
56 years old, just jamming on the stage like she was, and you see all these old
photos
kind of movies, photos and movies and
when
Super 8 shit when they first started, and you're like, oh, dude, she was as punk as it gets.
Punk, ska, reggae, their whole thing back then, Orange County. Yeah, she's punk.
So the music isn't necessarily hardcore, but she's still punk.
But the mentality, the attitude, all that stuff, that's the thing. That's what kind of makes it.
Yeah.
Like to me, you're punk rock to me.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
Because you live by your own rules. You're connected to your roots. You're humble. You know where you come from. You still hang with the people you grew up with, who fucking made you who you are and who have your back. And you do what you want to do.
That's the thing is, I think you start to define yourself on the status of what you think you are, or perceived status.
Yeah.
I think that's not punk.
Yeah.
There's nothing punk about that.
You still listen to punk?
I do.
No, you do. I heard it at your house.
I think I listen to punk now more because of you.
That's cool.
Than I was for a long time.
Yeah.
I think punk represented to me something that happened before that became so self-destructive I didn't want to focus on it.
Got you.
And now
it was a negative thing.
It was a negative thing, and now I look at it for the progressive expression that it is.
But the bands I mentioned, you heard of Offspring, obviously Rancid, all these bands they brought it to another level.
And then to me back then it was like Black Flag, Circle Jerks, Dead Kennedys,
yes,
Wasted Youth.
Yes.
Who else?
Descendants,
Germs,
suicidal
tendencies, social distortion.
Ooh, still
beer guts.
How about Fear?
Fear was huge for me.
Fear was sick, dude.
Massive. I remember carving that Fear.
You did?
In my
DI. Vandals.
Vandals not so much.
Well, these are Cali bands, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
XL. Then there was like the whole Beowulf, all these like Venice bands.
But it all came out of. The one that was the most huge was Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden was fucking Kiss first.
Yeah.
Kiss first.
That was scary to see as a kid, man.
Well, if you think like fucking punk back then, what they
so,
were
dude.
doing, not the music, but the presentation.
I guess so.
The theater, the theatrical aspects of it.
It was scary as a kid to see pictures of Kiss, dude. I
almost got kicked out of my school because I would have like a page of a magazine of like Gene Simmons with blood all over his chest with his tongue out. And I was like, God, man, this is fucking awesome.
It was pretty sick. And I heard one of those guys was sober Paul Stanley, sober his whole life. One of those guys. Like
really?
Me. I swear to God, you can look it up.
Sober or just never
tried anything. Like
never
me.
tried anything.
I guess I'm not sober. I just never tried anything. So yeah, he was a unicorn as well.
I told you that Gene Simmons came up to me. My kids were going to this school in L.A. when we moved from Paso Robles.
His kids were going to your school?
Yeah, he came up to me. This dude who I didn't even know who it was, and he came up to me and he said, "Hey man, I just want to say I'm a big fan of I saw so and so of the movie," and I looked and I was like, "That's Gene fucking Simmons."
You didn't know it till after?
My hero.
Big ass tongue. You licked your face.
Yeah, but then he was just like this normal fucking
That's what I'm saying.
dad.
Just a normal ass
I'm like,
dad,
dude, don't look at me. Walk away. Walk away. You're Gene Simmons.
But you didn't say nothing to him that you knew was him?
No, I talked to him a little bit, but he was something else in my mind, man.
Yeah.
It was hard to just talk to him.
It was crazy when they took the makeup off because
yeah, it wasn't cool.
That was interesting. Like when Slipknot, now you know what they look like. I thought that was clever too.
But then it became more about the music, and the music was never the thing. Even though I loved the music, especially Kiss's first album, which was Destroyer.
Yes,
I just listened to it over and over and over. And Beth, you look at Beth.
Oh
it's
yeah, Beth.
It's the worst song. But I used to listen to that song over and over and over.
Sick ballad.
It's so good, but it's so bad, but it's so good.
So when they took the makeup off, you weren't really interested?
No, I wasn't interested.
Wow, man.
What was the guy's name?
It was a whole
Fox, that drummer that came in, Eric Fox, I think. It just became a different band. It's almost like when Bomber took over for Jason in RKL. It was just like, no. Hey, dude. Hey, how's it going, dude?
Yeah, so yeah, without the makeup, it's just like, fucking whatever. Max, you got something to say in here, being weird in here, man? This guy's trying to eat some food. So since your book, I read Mark Hoppus's Fahrenheit 182. It's the second book I read. Mark Hoppus from Blink 182 has a book. Yeah. And then Randy Blythe, which is Just Beyond the Light. He's a singer from Lamb of God. They're both in my pod, so I had to read their books. Right. I started with yours. So yeah, those are 3 books I read in the past 20 years probably. Max, when's the last time you read a book?
Probably Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That was 8th grade.
Dude. Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Maybe
of course I do, dude.
Maybe like my Nana used to give me those like 50-page books so I could learn when I turned 17. So I could learn about like who was the first president, who is this.
Those encyclopedia books. That's what they were, yeah. Wait, do you read now? Do you not read?
The last book I tried to read was my therapist gave it to me. You can keep this in, Joe.
Right on.
And it was called Dopamine Nation.
Oh, I know that book.
Dopamine addiction.
Yeah, totally.
And that's okay, you know.
Want to talk about Josh?
It's not just with Josh. It was with a bunch of other people. We'll talk later.
But the addiction to dopamine, I guess, the high, the natural high of surfing, skateboarding,
totally,
dating, whatever this kid's doing, all that stuff. You know? But you know what I mean? That's a dopamine rush.
Look at the guy who was a friend of mine, Dean Potter. They just came out with a documentary called The Dark Wizard. The Dark Raven? The Dark Wizard.
Okay.
Let's talk about a guy with dopamine, man.
Okay.
Who ended up dying, you know?
Dark Wizard.
Dark Wizard. Did you see The Dark Wizard?
No.
Dude, you have to see that documentary. It's an amazing documentary about Dean Potter, who influenced a ton of climbers. Alex Honnold, Free Solo.
Oh, I know that movie. Great movie.
Great movie.
Okay.
Who was influenced and brought into climbing by Dean Potter. And then he came and just started killing like Dean Potter's routes. And then there was a you know, like a natural, fairly mellow, even though they exaggerate it during the documentary, this, competition between them, which there really wasn't any competition other than
interesting.
But you have to see that documentary. Okay. It's amazing.
You love documentaries. I know that.
I love documentary. I've always loved documentaries. Back when, what was it, Blockbuster? You'd go and see the documentary thing. It would be like, there'd be like 5 documentaries. And now like the majority of everything is documentaries.
That one we came to your house today, you walked in, there's that guy who lived in the naked community. That was crazy.
What was?
The naked community guy who wanted to move from California to be in a community where everybody's naked.
Yeah.
But then you were in a shocking living in that town.
Wait, why did we watch that?
I don't know. You watched it when we came into your house.
Was Zach the one that told us about it? Yeah, that's why we turned it on?
He's outside like in this like spandex tight pants working out.
So sad.
The neighbors
that whole
don't like
thing
it.
Was super sad.
But it's interesting. You could be a nudist in your community, but then you're like, you know what? I'm getting so much shit. I'm going to go to a place where everybody's new, but you know what? I didn't want to be here.
Yeah.
You're such a black sheep. You don't want to do that.
Totally.
That was a crazy one to see, man.
That was a crazy one to watch between all.
And then the one he sent me the other day called Crashed or something, bro.
Oh, dude. That was
so I did a deep dive on that girl, how she's thriving in jail and her mom gives her so much money. She has all the nice clothes.
Really?
Her hair is all, she talks different. It's crazy. You could do a deep dive on that.
Her boyfriend and their friend in the car, and you see it on the security cam. 100 miles an hour, it goes right into a wall.
And the impact, the sound of it.
And she lives.
And do you think that she thought she was going to live?
No.
Okay.
There's no way. There's no way.
But the impact and the sound of that is like crazy, dude.
That was so disturbing. I thought it was going to turn out differently. That was so disturbing.
It was so
I was
disturbing.
Almost bummed that I watched it.
I know you mentioned that, Max, about your therapist. Do you still go to therapy? And what's your thoughts on therapy?
I went to therapy for so long only because I was interested in trying every type of therapy that there was, not because I felt like there was. I mean, I guess I did in the beginning. Like there was a problem that I had to resolve, but I just did every type of therapy there was just because I was interested.
Yeah.
Just experimenting with life.
Yeah.
And then it was a therapy to stop going to therapy.
Really?
Because, there comes a point in therapy where you just, you habituate creating a problem.
Yeah.
So you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm going to go into my therapist. So I got to, you don't even know that you're doing it. You're creating a problem. And then you have something to talk to your therapist about. And then the next week you create another problem. And that becomes its own habit.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So no, I stopped going to therapy and my life got way better.
I think Max should go back, but I don't think he liked it. Not.
Thanks, dude. No.
Well,
thanks, bro.
No, I think you're fine, but you went there twice. You liked it.
You only went twice?
No, I went more than twice.
Okay. All right. Josh, what are some new movies that you like right now you checked out? Anything new, current?
Dude, I don't like. What's a movie that I liked that I saw recently? I saw a movie called Will that I thought was really good. Is that Moon?
No, my boy Joel's taking pictures of us on the porch. You met him last time.
Hey, dude.
What movie? What movie you called?
Will.
Okay.
This guy Tim Meziere or something like that. That was a good movie. Hey,
dude. What up, man?
What's up, man? How are you, bro?
What up, brother?
Nice to see you, brother. You good?
Yeah. It's called Will. Okay, that was the newest one.
Yeah, but that was an older movie. You know what? I like any movie with Cillian Murphy.
Oh, he's sick. My wife's in love with him, dude.
I think he's fucking amazing.
I think he's so hot. We watched Peaky Blinders a million times, and we watched it all over again with captions because we couldn't understand what they were saying.
Really?
Yeah,
because the accents are so severe.
Yeah, he's incredible, dude. He's not underrated in the community, is he? He's loved.
No, because he doesn't live the life of a celebrity. He does his work, and then he goes home. He lives in Ireland, and he just hangs out with his family, and he does shit that he wants to do, and he just doesn't live that. Look at me life. You know what I mean? He does what he has to do to promote and support the movie, and then he goes home.
I think that's amazing.
I do too, man.
I think before
and you look at his work,
and
you're like, so you can do that. Just because you want to. Another guy beating to his own drum.
This is just life before social media, right? And online stuff. I feel like there was so many people that you didn't know what Robert De Niro cared about or talked about or what he ate. And, it's just like the mystery of all these different people you only saw on the screen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I love that kind of.
But this whole idea that every actor who's successful is walking on this perpetual red carpet waving to an audience that may or may not be there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just like I spend my life just like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, no, it's good being me. Yes, I love being me. And then you go, that's not the case at all. You know? And some people who are desperate for attention are out there, but it's few and far. Like the most talented people I know are usually the most private.
I mean, there is something interesting about people that want to just be an actor, be something just to be famous, but not to put the work in, right? I want to be in all the movies and all these people, like you said, red carpets, but I don't want to put the time in to really learn and like.
No, and especially now with all the fucking media that there is, it's nonstop. And that's why I stopped for. That's why I stopped for a year.
Yeah,
because it was less about the work and more about what you have to do to promote the work.
Yeah,
I just got tired of it.
You were traveling so much, dude.
The only time I've ever gone out in the last year, well, this, but that's just because you and I are buds.
Yeah,
and then Colbert. I went on Colbert's show, which was
an amazing
show.
And then No Doubt.
No Doubt. No. But that wasn't just that was.
For work, you mean?
I'm just saying for work.
Yeah.
Or what could be considered work, which Colbert wasn't work, and this isn't work.
Yeah, it's your man. Yeah.
It's like my two buddies who were celebrating in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, without you, maybe I wouldn't start this podcast, like I said at the beginning.
Which is fucking crazy to me.
And then I inspired your book, maybe.
I think you did. I think you absolutely did.
But think about life before social media and before online stuff with celebrities and everything and everybody's business and their divorces and lawsuits and all this shit. I don't really need to know all that stuff.
I don't need to know all that stuff.
I
don't want to say, and I don't even know it's real anymore with AI and all that kind of stuff. You see all this stuff, and it's really fun in the beginning. That there was this one dude who I was dealing with, who you know who it is, and he would take these pictures of two guys together, or me and one other dude, or maybe me and you, and then suddenly we'd be kissing.
Oh yeah,
and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like, I have no problem with two men kissing, but I didn't kiss him.
Yeah, it's not
real. But
you're
watching it, and it's real.
It's crazy,
but it's not real.
Yeah.
So everything that you see, I know that I've been sent things where people go, "Hey, can you fucking believe this?" Or like, and I go, "It's not real. That's
about
AI."
You or something?
No, about anybody.
Yeah.
And they think it's real.
I know, it's scary,
because AI is so on point right now, where you go, you don't know what's real or not real. That's a really weird place to be. I'm not against AI.
Yeah.
I think it's an inevitable, technological thing.
Are you still on ChatGPT?
Yeah.
I'm not really either. I'm the one who told you.
No, I am.
I got off it because I just I don't know.
No, but then people started telling me, hey, you should do this one. You should do that one. This is good for science, or this is good for this, or this is good for whatever, literature. And then I started kind of getting it, and I was like, I don't want to do this. Yeah. I don't want to spend my time doing this.
And it's not 100% correct either.
No, and it's not 100% correct. And I'm definitely not going to do the voice thing where I'm having a conversation with AI. Or fucking Siri.
People do that, dude. They pick voices.
A lot of people do that, dude.
It's like
it's in place of a real person.
I know, man.
So you're like, oh no, I'm not having any real relationships, but I have this amazing relationship with Siri.
That's your
fucking
friend.
Weird.
It is kind of crazy, man.
It is weird.
Scary, dude.
Hey, what do you think about this? And what should I do about this? Or I had an argument with my wife the other day.
Yeah.
And do you think I was right, or do you think she was right?
Should
I divorce her?
And they'll say, what did they say?
And a computer's telling you, yeah, man. You know what? You deserve better than this.
It's totally fucked. Are you worried about as far as like taking over acting and all that stuff? Or like,
no, not so much. I mean, look, I think actors need to protect themselves and not lose their likeness.
Yeah.
But I think the inevitability of AI doing what, I mean, it's like, if I see, I'm not going to deny if I see an animated film, I love it.
Yeah.
I'm moved by it.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm not going to be moved, that I think, oh, it's phony. It's like a lot of this stuff is phony.
Yeah.
But I'm still moved.
Absolutely.
I'm still moved by a story somebody writes. I could be moved by a 6-year-old story or a 58-year-old story.
True.
So it's going to be another version of storytelling, another version of entertainment. Yeah. But I don't want it to be exclusive, and that's the only thing that you can resort to.
Yeah.
With anything, I don't want that with.
I mean, recently with this, Mike hit me up with Liquid Death. He's like, hey, I want to put Nothing to Prove in this commercial. Check it out. And so he sent me the clip of the commercial, but it was our song that they put together through AI.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the actual recording of a song we did 18 years ago. So I had to try to find the stems and the original producer to get this track for this commercial.
Right.
But we couldn't find it. So I'm going to say on this podcast, the world's going to know now, but they used the AI version of us that they put together.
Not your version.
No, because...
But see, then that gets into a thing of like, you allow that, that's okay with you.
Yeah, we allowed
it
because it sounded just like us. It was us.
Right.
But
it's not you.
It's not, but it took money and time to go back and dig up those stems from the original recordings from 18 years ago, and it was a time constraint. He's like, let's just do this. It sounds great. Yeah. That's the first time I ever used AI. It's crazy, though, how it works.
Nuts, man.
It's just kind of scary, though. You know what I mean?
It is kind of scary just because it's so it's advancing so quickly. You can't keep up with it. I had a guy stop by, Elijah Allen Blitz, and he told me this whole AI thing, and you can do this, you can do that, you can have an idea, and then you can see the idea manifested almost overnight, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the final manifestation of that idea.
Yeah.
But it could create more creativity for what you're going to write in the future and all that. And it gets really precarious because you're like, fuck, I don't know if I want to go down this. Somebody sent me something this morning. Ooh, let me read this, bro. This is my buddy Amir. I gotta find this. Here, just talk about.
Is it about AI or something? Or no?
It is sort of along the lines of what we're talking
Josh,
about.
while you're looking that up, recite the lyrics to 5-Year Plan.
Love doesn't like me, like family. I'm in when I was 3.
That was your one task.
And I'm busted. Wait.
You will sing it with me someday on the stage. I'll put it out
I will.
there. That'll be sick.
Okay, so look.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just read this really quick.
Is it AI shit? Or not?
No. Gratitude. Riding shotgun on the way out. Okay. Riding shotgun on the way to, this is not mine. This is my buddy Amir.
Yeah.
To a scout somewhere between stretches of highway and small towns that seem to exist solely because someone decided not to keep driving. My mind drifts to yesterday sitting on a plane next to a man who typed with one finger. Hunt and peck style, the type of typing that should take forever but somehow didn't. He wrote profiles for a German magazine, celebrities, actors, musicians, hotel room journalism. He showed me an issue with Jeff Goldblum on the cover, and I became fascinated watching him work. One finger, one sentence at a time, no urgency, no shortcuts, just proficiency through repetition. There was something poetic about it, proof that there are many ways to arrive at mastery. The efficiency wasn't in the speed, it was in the certainty. Grateful for that reminder.
Wow.
How cool is that?
That's amazing, man.
And then he took like a secret video
of the
guy doing it.
Holy shit, that's amazing, dude.
But anyway, the whole point is you go back to this fucking base thing, and you're reminded that getting to the result, the most advanced way is not always the best way.
Yeah.
Going back to that creative base.
Yeah, man.
Can sometimes be the best way.
Speaking of which, you have a typewriter?
I do.
Do you use it?
I have Cormac's typewriter.
Oh, that's right.
Cormac's. I don't use it.
That's cool.
I have another typewriter, but it's in storage.
And you got the pool table too.
I have the typewriter that I used to use when I was in my early 20s.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. But no, I don't use it. I do a lot of longhand, and I do a lot of computer stuff.
Also, you got the pool table, which I think is a beautiful addition to your home.
I love that pool table.
Yeah, you got it, man. It's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah, and it's a lot of like.
I got
memories.
I got Cormac's, which he left for me, that pool table and his couch.
That's amazing, dude.
And some shelves.
That's good, right?
That's sick. That was great.
So Rock and Roll Nightmare, is that doc going to come out yet? We don't know yet about that doc. It's still being worked on, right?
Benny Bermudez. No, it's not going to come out. They need money.
Okay.
But it's. I don't think it's there yet, but I think it's closer.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
And then what's next for you coming out? Is the whale one? The whale one?
I got Dog Stars with Ridley Scott that comes out in August, I think, and then I have Whaleful.
And that's October.
In October.
And
October what? You have it written down.
October 16th.
Right on.
Yeah, that's sick. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
And
I'm excited.
And also, I want to shout Attaboy's coming to LA July. Well, they got a tour July 9th, San Francisco, July 10th, LA, Troubadour, July 16th, Philly, July 17th, New York City.
We're all going to go to that.
Yeah, then July 19th, DC.
Wait, when are they coming to Troubadour?
July 10th.
When?
July 10th.
When?
The Troubadour, July 10th.
No, that'll be awesome.
That's going to be sick, right?
That's gonna be
excited.
Amazing.
I missed the last time she was out here, though.
Too.
What else we have, Josh? We covered a lot of things today. Let's see what else we got.
How long has it been? 2.5 hours?
2 hours. We're chilling, yeah. What else happening? I get Plan B, last session, Just Beyond the Light, mental health. Talked all about
Look
this
down from like family.
People know your daily rituals anyway. Same thing: coffee, family, writing, living, training.
The what?
You say your daily rituals. It's pretty much the same as last time.
My daily rituals?
Yeah, your health, your coffee.
No,
your
it's
family.
different because after I was on the podcast, I wasn't waking up at 4:30 every morning.
That's right.
And then I did that for about 6-7 months.
So now you got your sleep back.
Because it was the only time that I was getting time to myself without my kids. So I would go walk the dog, or I'd go meditate.
You got a dog now? That's right, dude.
Got waffles.
Waffles. Shout out to waffles, dude. Shout out to the half pipe. Shout out to the
You know who's obsessed with waffles?
Who?
Daniel Krause.
Really?
Obsessed.
Waffles is cute, man.
It's
cool. We got a family dog now. I'm stoked for you guys.
Yeah, man. I took him out last night. He wouldn't pee. I was like, "What the fuck is the matter with you? Just pee."
But the Brolin compound is incredible, dude. It's a beautiful place.
La Casa de Monte.
Casa de Monte. And then that new book maybe come out next year, maybe, or no?
Year after.
Okay. Take your time with that shit.
I'm getting it, but structurally it's hard, but I'm going to do it. It's good. I like doing it.
And then obviously for you, you're optimist, pessimist, or you're optimist?
Optimist.
You've always been that way.
I come across like a pessimist.
You do.
I do.
Sometimes you do. You're a great ball breaker too, by the way. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You keep me in check with the ball. You know, you're somebody that sometimes I feel like you're from New York because I got my balls broken so hard when I moved to New York. You're so good at check.
Hardcore California.
But I do appreciate you checking me sometimes and keeping me in my place and being honest and breaking balls, and that's real friendship.
That's real friendship.
Yeah.
That's, to me, it's like somebody who's going, oh, that's how he is, and I don't say anything, and he's fucking spiraling down some fucking thing, and you go, no, man, say something. He's your buddy.
No, you have to say
fucking
something.
Wake him up.
We have to look out for each other, man. Like
and if
family.
it works,
we have to look out for No, we have to look out for each other, though.
Yeah.
And then what else was my regrets? Daily optimist, pessimist. Yeah, man, we fucking crushed this shit as always. Third time on the podcast.
I think why I come across what?
It's the third time on the podcast. 400th episode today with Josh. I'm so happy you're here, dude. I'm honored to have you here. You know what I mean? I appreciate you coming out.
I'm happy to be here.
It's pretty sick, dude. 30 years old that song is. Josh can learn the words.
Since I was 3.
Am I scared? Am I pushed? Am I worried?
Worried. It's not busted.
No, it's not busted. That's a banger, though, man.
It's fucking great.
Anything else you want to say, Josh, on here? I think we killed it, dude.
I love H2O.
I love you, man.
I love you. I love H2O, but I love you. I love you in a totally different way.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy how we met. We always say it just in the street, looking at my boy's car. It was a random ass day. Didn't know each other. Didn't exchange numbers and nothing. Then connected through social media, and then pretty interesting. They came to that first.
It was analog. You and I have always been analog, even though we're doing a podcast right now. We're analog. Our friendship is analog.
What does that mean?
Bass.
Yeah.
Bass.
And the bass, and then we fucking went to the Irish premiere you invited me to, your boys.
Oh yeah,
Emerald City or something.
That's right.
And that was the first time we hanged. It was cool, man.
Yeah.
And then as we grown as friends, like obviously our families are close, and then also our connections with other people that we all know through music and through acting and shit too. It's a very small
everybody
world.
who I introduce you to loves you.
Same.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
man.
Adam Levine's got a crush on me now.
He does.
That's sick.
That's pretty cool.
He's a sweet cat.
He's a sweet cat, man. He's in it for the right reasons.
No, he is. Yeah.
You know,
he
growed up.
He growed up.
He growed up.
I'm gonna have him on here someday. I'm gonna put it on the atmosphere.
We'll see if he does it.
He's only done one before.
He's only done one, right?
Yeah, but we have the True Romance tattoo right there. You're so cool, matching.
Which he has, right?
Same movie.
Yeah.
Same producer, same that. But like, yeah, it'd be awesome, man.
Do you know we watched that? We took a trip together and we watched True
Romance. You guys did?
Yeah.
What'd you guys take a trip to?
We took a trip to the West Indies.
Cheating on me? What?
Yeah. And we watched.
What, the Fams?
Yeah.
Damn, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, we watched that movie. It was only one of 2 movies we watched. That's a fucking great movie.
It's one of the best movies, man.
It's one of the best. Patricia
I do love that he's part of the crew up there, and I do love that you have a younger, more handsome, more successful singer for a band with full of tattoos friends. It's up there.
I'm sure I'd love to hear that.
No, he's the best, dude. He's fucking. It's cool when you meet someone like that. You've known about your whole life, then you realize, okay, this is a humble ass.
It's just
nice
easy.
person.
It's an easy back and forth, like with you. It's an easy back and forth. I judge everything based on the easy back and forth. What, you want to say something?
No, I think it's funny. You know, when you ever seen those videos where people are like, we have that at home?
Yeah.
It's like we have Adam Levine at home, and his name's Haas, our friend, who's the chef who looks exactly like him.
Really? Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture of him.
You guys got Adam Levine. Adam Levine, we got him at home.
we got a bootleg version. Shout out to Haas.
You do. You got a bootleg version.
Who's an amazing chef, by the way. Aaron
cool.
Elliott. Who's that? Oh, who's that? Oh yeah. This is a surprise guest. Who's something we're doing?
No way! No way! What up? Man?
All right.
Yes.
Should we tell Josh what the surprise is?
What's the surprise?
Well, you're probably hungry right now too, right?
What? Yeah.
Are you hungry?
I
Yeah.
am super hungry.
Well, let's see who's
What's
down.
the surprise?
Well, she's gonna set up the machine so you can tattoo me.
No way.
Yeah, because
now
it's the only time I can get you here at my house, dude.
I'll do it.
Is it cool?
I'll do it.
It's
Let's do it.
Any word you want, anything, gratitude, or the 400.
No, you got to tell me what to do.
Yeah, but she's gonna set it up for you.
No, we should do Arate.
Yeah, I want that. I want to surprise you though.
We'll do Arate.
I want.
You didn't surprise me.
This is sick.
You ambushed me. Fucking ambushed me.
But
you surprised me.
But how are we gonna get you? But Josh, it's never gonna happen.
Hey, listen, surprise, tattoo me like I've always wanted you to. Now.
But that's what Homeboy did to you too. You
yeah, it's true.
And he's gonna FaceTime in a minute.
All right. Who? Brian is?
Yeah. We talked about it. I told him about it. He's like psyched.
Wait, let's see if I'm shaking.
But listen, we could eat first. But listen,
let's eat first
because it's hard to get somebody to come to your house and get it done. And she's the homie. I wanted you guys to meet. And it could be full, you can put anything you want on me, but I'm gonna call Brian.
No, let's do it. You want to do Arate?
Yeah, we can eat first, whatever you want. But thanks for coming, Diamante.
Thank you.
And Joe Ball.
Oh, dude, it's good to finally meet you. That's cool.
Is this okay, Josh? Am I ambushing you?
Yeah, you are.
You're gonna yell at me. You're gonna bring my balls about it later.
No. It's great.
Okay. Well, I love you and thanks for being here. Thanks for believing. Thanks for being my friend. This podcast. Thanks for coming.
Number 400.
Thanks for coming and checking in. People love these conversations because we're just friends talking, catching up on life.
Yeah, man.
It's awesome. It's just a real conversation. So
thanks for having me on, dude. Thanks for saying yes.
Thank you. And thanks for being here, Joe Ball and Max Morse.
Fuck yeah.
Meth McConaughey, put some clothes on. Okay, we out of here. Peace.
Hello.
Hi, is this Josh?
Yes. Toby, is that you?
Good evening. So this is our first pod call. I usually do this with my all my episodes. This never happened with us because we cover so much, but sometimes we'll forget about talking about certain things. The way this podcast ended, where I surprised you, is when Diamante came into the kitchen and
I did the tattoo.
So you ended up tattooing me, man, and it's looking really good. It was really freaking fun day. It was your second tattoo. Now you've done 3 tattoos. My 400 looks like the word boo.
I know it does.
It's amazing.
I know. And by the way, I thought the 400 was really like, I did the Arate, and the Arate is obviously like
perfect.
I redid lines, and there's like
you
it's
got
all over
serious
the place
about it. Yeah, I love it.
You know, but then I did the 400, and I was like, all right, I nailed the 400, and then you sent me a picture of the 400, and it looks more like boo.
I love it, dude.
So congratulations on your boo episode.
That's
boo.
So people, all the listeners just finished episode boo.
Episode exactly.
And then also, we got to go see the NoFX movie, which I really enjoyed. I was really blown away by it. I had no expectations. I don't know if you did either or familiar with the band, but we went up there. It was super fun, and I really enjoyed the movie, man. It was emotional for me. Me personally, in my opinion, beautiful, sad, amazing, beautiful story. You know.
Yeah, I felt. There was a moment, if we're really honest, which we try not to be, is we were late. And we were going up to Ojai after doing the podcast in LA, and then I had seen Fat Mike in the RKL documentary, and he was really amazing in that, and it was really cool. But I had seen that, and I was really affected by that, as I've said many times during the podcast. But then we were driving up, and we're like, "Fuck, man, do we really want to go to another movie? Do we want to go to another movie?" About the same kind of thing that I just experienced that had this massive effect on me. And you and I both, for a second, I think if one person had said it, we probably would have done it. And that just skipped Ojai and just kept going. And thank God that we didn't, because I was so moved. I was telling Adam about it today and Catherine, and they both really want to see the NoFX movie. NoFX movie.
Yeah.
Because it just took you all over the place. It was nothing like I expected. Nothing.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I had no expectations, and I feel like, I don't know, man. It was just very real and very honest, and knowing those guys for a long time and not giving away the ending, and like how we really tried to look out for that band at the very end on the last tour. I thought that was awesome too, how it ended, you know?
Amazing. And also what I thought was like the most fascinating thing, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, is that Fat Mike, who, at times seems so fucking out of touch, couldn't have been conclusively more in touch with what his insane intentions were, all transpired and concluded in the positive.
Yeah, and what I like about it, and you're saying you want Adam and Catherine to see it, but the thing is, for the listeners, they're only showing this in the theaters. They're not going to do a streaming. They're going to own the rights to this thing forever, which I learned on the movies, that they never signed to a major. They never went on radio play. They did it their way, and they were a very successful 40-year career band with doing it their own way and not having to do what other people feel like they have to do. So it's like,
which is really cool. But part of me is like, why would you do that? Why would you keep the movie from people who could see it? Like, why don't you put it out there and like let as many people see it as possible? But then just based on the documentary, you're like, of course you're doing that. You fucks.
It makes sense. I mean,
it makes sense. It's just in your personality, and you've always had integrity around your decisions, and it's just what you want to do. There's no fucking rule.
Yeah, dude.
And that's what they probably realized more than most is like, somebody tells you have to do it this way, and they're like, why the fuck do I have to do it that way?
Yeah.
Why can't I just do it the way that feels best?
And that's kind of beating to your own drum that we started this whole podcast talking about.
Totally.
Kind of staying in your lane and doing what you want to do and not doing what everybody else is doing. And that's completely punk rock to me. So yeah, kudos to them. And I have a newfound respect for that band, like not really being a fan of their music, but knowing them for all these years,
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, even they exploit that whole thing. They're like, nobody was a fan of the music. The music sucked.
They would say, yeah, you want to be RKL. They kept saying that in the movie, dude.
No, but and then they did the one album that fucking did so well, and there was really a focus around the writing, and it was like, oh wow, the fucking band is killing it now. But when they started, it was making me laugh so hard because they were like, we fucking suck. We don't know why anybody is coming to listen to us. We're awful. And then he would sing and it would just be awful. And they would say it was awful. And he would say it was awful. I just love the just like unadulterated honesty around.
Yes.
It was fucking great.
And even
dude.
at their last shows of their fucking career, they were fucking up songs on stage left and right. They didn't give a shit.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
Well, also, we shout out to Diamante for pulling up. I'm happy you guys met in real life, and she walked you through the tattoo.
She was great.
She's incredible, man. Incredible fucking human. And shout out to Brian Randolph, my fucking now we're fucking Eskimo twins with the matching tattoos.
I know. I wonder if he was bummed that it was Arte, but I like that. That's the word. That's the word that I try to navigate my life by, and with me and him, it was full circle because we had this gnarly 32-hour experience.
I know, dude.
The back tattoo, and then you and I have I don't know what it is, 9 years, 13 years now?
13 years. I was thinking 13, 14.
13
I was figuring it out today, like first meeting you and all that stuff, and just how old Max was at the time, and just all that, and breaking your balls for over a decade to get tattooed. And I finally got one, so thank you. But what always happens with our podcast and our conversations, I did like a little intro to this whole episode. I had my mom on already talking about you, but when you have conversations with your close friends, it's such a different vibe than it is when I'm having somebody on, meeting them for the first time in my kitchen, or a band that I love, or just somebody that is not as close as me and you are. And our conversations people love because it's just us shooting the shit and recording our conversations that we have on an everyday basis, but just sharing it with the world. And that's what I think people love when you're on the podcast, because we're just talking shit. Max will come in naked and talk shit,
Well, it's definitely, we were talking about honesty before. It's definitely honest. And the thing is, it's like, to me, it's like, why would people want to listen to us just fucking talk about bullshit? But, I'm sure when you interview other people, it's just it's more specific. It's like,
it is. It's like,
love their band, or you love their thing, or you love their company, or you love what they've said, or a book that they've written, or whatever. With you and I, we meander so far off subject so often, but fuck it,
it's real.
Who we are.
It's just real, and that's what I love with this podcast. It's just real fucking conversations, no agenda. Like when you were on the first episode, we went through your whole fucking career from first movie to where you were then, and I do that with all the bands. I do deep dives, I do discography, but now we're past that. We're in fucking episode 3. But I know.
What's episode 4 going to be like?
With me, I don't know.
Sleeping. sleeping for like 2.5 hours.
It'll just be Max in here. It'll just be Max in here talking shit the whole time on the microphone.
Oh my God, he's hilarious.
I know my mom's was like your favorite episode. I told her that again in this podcast, and she was so flattered by
Always.
that.
Yeah, I love your mom.
And so before we get into we are celebrating the 400th episode. That's where I wanted. But I had one question I never asked you, and I thought about this yesterday. Is like, is there one character that you played in a movie besides Thanos that was close to who you really are in real life? Like a character.
Thanos, that's funny.
I'm joking. So, but something.
No, I know you're joking.
But
obviously, it'd be weird if you weren't joking.
Because I know you so well, and I watched a lot of your movies, and I was trying to think of what really is the closest that's really you, and it's hard to say any of it is because all your characters are so fucking different. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a slight teeny bit of some.
Well, what do you think? I mean, I think you answering that question is better than me answering that question.
Man, I mean,
you only saw Avengers, and that's
fuck off. Just even seeing it out of range, just on that as who you were in there, I felt like I was watching my friend on that. I don't know why. Maybe because your role on there as a dad. I don't know, man. That's the only way I can think about, because you played so many different people. Because I know you put obviously a little bit of yourself into your character, you know?
Well, it's impossible not to. I mean, it's coming through you. So as much as you feel like, or one feels that they're putting on a face or putting on a persona and all that, it's all coming through you're the conduit. So there's no way you can't sneak in there, you know?
Yeah.
It's not the point. I never thought that was the point, is trying to hide yourself, you know? But there's one, I think the just to be serious for a second, the one I'm most proud of is Only the Brave.
Okay.
Is the what I call the fire movie.
Yes.
Just because of what it was, how serious we took it.
It's a heavy movie.
What the experience doing it, how I felt about it. I don't think there was anything that was, even though the whole thing's, you know, you're recreating it, so it's phony, essentially. But there's nothing while doing that movie that felt phony, and the amount of respect that we had for firefighters, and me being a firefighter when I was in my early 20s, and the fact that I took the script to my buddy who was my fire chief, but also my great buddy, and he'd never read a script, and I said, would you read this and tell me what you think I can do this? And then he told me, I think you're the only actor that can do this, because you have the respect for firemen that this person needs to have in order to pull something like this off and have the fire community respect you. So that probably means the most to me, because when I get off, like I told you this, when I get off a plane and I see some fucking yoked dude who I think wants to kick my ass, this is all tattooed and shit, and he's got tears in his eyes saying that he just saw the movie and thank you for doing it. That's everything. It's fucking everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
I love that, man. It's like somebody that maybe heard you inspired by one of your songs or something like that. It's something real
exactly.
Life. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
But I also your character and I love American Gangster. It's one of my favorite movies. Also, it's one of my favorite Jay-Z records. That soundtrack. But your character, Detective Trupo. I think I text you when I see this. You're such a fucking asshole in that movie. It was so real to me. It was.
Well, maybe it's that part then that's closest to me.
But just that character, I think that's a really, really great character of yours. Anyway, but that's one of my favorite movies of mine.
Hopefully, I'm not that much of an asshole.
No, you're not, dude. So I guess 400th episodes. Fuck, man.
So what does it mean to you, knowing? And I know I said this during the podcast, but pushing you into, you're really insecure about doing something like this, and should you do it, and I was super into, like you were into me writing a book.
Yes.
I was super into you doing this podcast. So what does it mean? What's the trajectory of when you first began in that first episode with your mom and where it is now? Like, what's your level of interest? What do you feel like you've learned? Why are you happy or not happy that you've done it?
Well, starting with the whole goal of the pod was for me to do like a chronological order of my life, from my mom to my brothers to my band to my friends, from Taunton, Massachusetts to to Newport, Rhode Island, to Southern Maryland, to New Jersey, to New York, and all the people I met along the way, all the friendships I made, all the shit with my band, with my brothers, all the places I traveled. And I feel like I've really accomplished that so far, and maybe branching out a little bit to actually people that I really didn't know personally in my journey, but they were in my genre, or maybe not even in my genre, and just somehow connected to me in music or through tattoos or veganism or, I don't know, skateboarding or anything. My whole thing is I'm gonna have a podcast where I have people on my podcast who inspire me, who are my friends and maybe not my friends, and they became my friends since this podcast, and just people in this whole world that I'm connected to. It's a very small world, but it's also a very big world. And for me, I think I went beyond what I could ever thought of for this. I had no dreams. I didn't do this to make money. I never made money the first couple of years. I did it because I wanted to have the conversations. That's why I never filmed it. That's why I never fucking cared about any of that shit. I want people to be comfortable. I want to be in a safe place in my kitchen. Nobody shit talks other people on my podcast. I've edited so many conversations where people would talk about somebody. I take it off the podcast. It's not what this is about. It's super positive.
Awesome.
And so my whole thing is like learning now how to I prejudged some of the people on my podcast. I thought they were a certain way. Dude, Fat Mike was one of my favorite episodes because he came on my podcast sober. I never sat and had a conversation with that guy my whole life. I toured Warped Tour, many tours with him. That was I was really proud of because it just had me and him talking in my kitchen. That was a very surreal moment for me. And I prejudged him as a person. I even texted him at the podcast, like, yo, dude, I kind of prejudged you, man. Like it was he got emotional on the podcast. So ones like that where I actually get people in my kitchen, I get to like have a heart to heart with them face to face. I fucking love it. And I feel like I'm 8 years in, which in the grand scheme of things of podcast and podcast host, I'm just getting started. These people have been doing this shit for 10, 20, 15 years. Like I can continue to do this as long as I can still have a voice. And I feel like I'll never run out of guests, Josh. I have so many different friends from all walks of life, and I continue to make more friends through what I'm doing. So yeah, it's been a beautiful journey. And even if I didn't make money from it, I'd still be doing it. I really feel like I would because I fucking love it. Maybe I wouldn't be at my 400th episode. I'd be fucking out on tour more than I should be. But yeah, man, I think that I went beyond what I could ever imagine.
I mean, I think you're more passionate now than you were when you first started. I think you were giddy when you first started.
Totally.
The whole idea of it was really cool.
Yeah.
But you've settled into, you feel like a veteran now.
Yes.
You feel like somebody who really, you're an OG. You're an OG. And I have to say, and you just said it, in the safety of your own kitchen, you know, you came up to spend the night after we saw the NoFX movie, and then, and you like our little guest room, because we just moved in this house, and this guest room is a pretty big guest room, and it's got this window and no window dressings. And I saw how nervous you got in the room. I'm like, you're gonna sleep in here, man. You're like, okay. And you're looking out the window and it's dark out there. And I was like, you're such a creature of comfort, even though you're one of the most, if not the most punk rock dude I know, because talk about beating to your own drum. Like that's all you do. Like, you know, you're straight, you know, you've never been a drinker, you've never been a smoker, you've never done any of that shit. You've been a vegan for, you know, almost 40 years, maybe even more than 40 years at this point.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing, man. But then I see which I love.
Not my comfort zone.
Sadistically, I like just kind of like taking you to
torturing me,
or just torturing you a little bit, because you're like a little kid when it comes to it. And you're like looking, you're like, okay, I'm supposed to sleep here, and I can see you like self-talk. I can do this. I'm gonna be fine.
So true, dude.
And then you got home, by the way, and you slept like 16 hours.
I
when
did.
You got home because you were so stressed.
Oh, yo, I was up before you in your own house, dude. I couldn't believe it.
It's so funny, dude. You were up at 5 o'clock in the morning. You woke up before I woke up.
I heard
wake up early.
I heard like one sound, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But then I realized we have cameras. We're protected. We're safe. We're like in a safe compound. But still, just like the one thing, I'm not. Then I came home and it's like loud, and Moon's fucking doing whatever she's doing in front of the TV, and fucking Max is on the phone taking a shit, talking really loud. I'm like, oh my god. But
but you thrive off that shit, man.
I know. I like the energy. So I don't know, man. Yeah. But if I had to, it's so funny. You know me so well. I was in there like, I don't know, man. I was like, fuck, I could ask him for toothpaste and the toothbrush tomorrow. But
then you found it. I found it.
Oh, dude, the best.
You found it.
It's the best shit.
Take care of our people, man. We take care of our people. But I gotta say, dude, you've pulled something off miraculously in this, because you've kept it like that No FX movie that we saw that we were so surprised at. You've kept it yours. You've kept it personal. You've kept it yours. You've kept it the way you did it, the way you wanted to do it. That fucking Sinatra song, My Way, you did it your way. And people trust you, which I love. And in the fact that you won't keep, that kind of negative talk on there. You're like, look, that's not what this is about. This is about learning about each other. This is about exchanging. This is about sharing. And if we're not here for that, what the fuck are we here for?
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It's what it's about. Like, it's not about the bigger thing. It's not about status. There is no such thing as legacy.
Yeah.
You die and then slowly you'll be forgotten and all that. So what you do while you're here, to me, makes the most difference. What are you doing for your friends? What are you doing for your family? How are you putting yourself out there to connect us more?
Yeah.
And you do that better than most people I know, dude. So
I really appreciate that. I feel like for some people, this is a safe place to come speak their truth and their journeys. And there's been a lot of emotional situations. It's been very therapeutic to me. And the fact that people want to come on 1, 2, 3, 4 times, come back and continue to talk and have a safe space, which, I'm super flattered and honored that people feel safe talking to me about things. And what I really learned too, that patience is a virtue, because there's been people I waited for years and years to come on this podcast, and they finally came, when they were ready, when they had time, when they were in California. Like, I'll never bother people to be on. I want people to want to come on my podcast. I want people to be psyched to come here. And then when they finally come, it's worth the fucking wait. That's the one thing I'm like, you know what? They can't come now. Maybe someday I'll have them. I don't know. But I don't know, man. My real quick though, my top 5 episodes would be my mom first and foremost, because it was my first one. I mean, you, of course, because you're my brother, and you believed in me from the jump and pushed me to do this and told me I should do this and supported me in doing this and waited till I fucking got my feet and my beak wet to come on and be part of this, which I really appreciate you, Josh, being in my life and my family's life and, supporting me. A good friend of mine, Jake, who I knew nothing about his life, and it was one of the most emotional episodes, learning how he was abused his entire life up until he was 20 years old. And he's a good friend of mine from New York, and people love that one. And as of most recently would be Hilly Williams, a really good friend of mine that I've known since she was 16. She lived in this house. We lost connections. We lost connections for a couple of years due to her divorce and stuff. And then we had this 6.5-hour podcast that we did in this house. We made it 2 episodes. Wow. We got so deep, so emotional. We took breaks. We took breathwork breaks. We talked about everything, man, and in such a positive, wonderful way. And then recently, our boy Joey Feldman, who I ended up.
Was that one of your favorites?
I mean, it's in my top now. But it's my favorite, not in the sense that it's in my favorites because I just learned so. It's my favorite because he was so open. When people are so open and tell you everything, to where I don't know whether to laugh or cry. Just knowing stuff about somebody who was in my alley for a year that I met through you, who just hung out every day and drank coffee and talked shit and looked at his paintings, who's super talented, and all of a sudden he comes in my pod and he's crying and he's telling me these insane fucking stories. It's like the fact that he's alive to be in my kitchen 30 years later to tell these stories, it's incredible. It's a miracle, dude. And so, and just seeing him, meeting him now and not the person he was before. It's like I told you, I'm glad I didn't meet you when you were drinking. It would have been a totally different thing. I met you like right around when you got sober. Not that it wouldn't have been your friend, but it would have been a totally different friendship, I think. I don't know.
Would have been a different thing. It would have.
But yeah,
I like the way, and it doesn't even matter. We didn't meet when I was drinking.
No, I know.
But it doesn't even matter. We met when we met. We met exactly when we were supposed to meet.
Yeah, man.
And the fact that you were with your kid. Otherwise, I would have probably kidnapped your kid, and then it would have been in like a drinking episode and all that kind of shit. So that would have been bad.
But yeah, dude, fucking 400 episodes. I got 400 more of me at least. Who knows how long this is going to go for? I'm only 50,
for sure
56.
400 more.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? That's like 8 years. Fuck, how old am I going to be? I'll be 64.
I can't wait to see 64. Who you have on. You know what I mean?
I know.
And and see who's, you know what I mean? Because you've had so many people. I mean, 400 is a ton of people.
It's crazy.
And there's so many, there's 8 billion people out there. So there's so many more to go, dude. We talked about Adam Levine. You got to get Adam Levine.
Yo, I'm gonna shoot my shot with him someday. But I just met him. I don't want to fuck. But I don't want to be that guy. I just met you. Hey, we be my podcast. But I know if he came.
No, but I love that he's done one podcast.
I know if he came here with our connections through Matt Wallace, the producer, our love for you, our love for True Romance, it'd be fucking fun. But
it'd be fun.
I got like
It's always fun with you.
Chris Martin Coldplay's in my top. These are my top 5 bucket list. Chris Martin, 100%. Billie Eilish, fucking Patricia Arquette, Cyndi Lauper,
Sure.
Adele,
Yeah.
and then hip hop like Flavor Flav or fucking Cypress Hill or De La Soul or
Flavor Flav.
or Chuck D, Public Enemy. I mean, the list goes on, but like I have so many fucking, I don't know, man. You know what thing? I love that this shit is like, it's endless for me. Like the sky's the limit. It's such a small world with like, oh, I get this publicist information. I'll email this manager. I'll shoot my shot. I do that all week long. People submit to me during the week. I respond to them. You know, sometimes I'll DM somebody. I just shoot my shots. Hey, I love to have my podcast. If not, cool, all good. It can't hurt to ask people. I don't know. I do it all.
For your podcast, it's like me finding painters. It's the same process. It's the same process. I'm obsessed with painters. I'm obsessed with painting. I'm not necessarily obsessed with collecting, but I love the painter themselves. It just affects me when I see their paintings. It does something to me.
I love that. I love that. And you embrace that and you support that and uplift them.
I do. And I'll find them any way that I can. And I'm not trying to manipulate them. There's something, I don't know, man. I just feel like they're bringing something into the world, a perspective that I want to inherit somehow in some way. I just want to know about, I want to be around.
Would you ever make a painting?
Dude, here's the quick story. I used to paint when I was younger. I painted all the time. And when my kid who's 37 now, when he was just born, we lived at the Hollywood Towers.
Oh, I remember this story, dude. Tell it again. Tell it again. It's great, though.
Yeah, dude. We were on the 4th floor on the corner, and it was this shitty little apartment. And I used to paint out in the hallway because I didn't want to kill my kid because I'd painted with oils. I painted with some acrylics.
That's a good dad right there.
Oils and all that. And the paintings were fine. They were okay. And it was a really shitty, like back in the day when it was, that part of town was not a good part of town. Gunshots all the time and all that. So one day I painted this painting and I was stoked on the painting. I was like, this is the best painting I've ever painted for sure. The problem is I didn't know when to stop and I kept going. I ruined the painting. So I went into a rage and I took all my paintings, like 35 paintings, and I went down to the dumpster below and I threw them all in the dumpster. And then next morning I thought, fuck, I should go get those paintings. You know, it's like I've spent a lot of time painting those paintings and some of them were kind of good. The guy next door he'd changed his his ground apartment into like a makeshift flea market.
Yeah.
He had always had it, right? Yeah. It's just like selling shit to make money or whatever. And I came out there to get my paintings out of storage and I looked across the street and all my paintings were for sale for like $5 or $10. And I was like, dude, those are my paintings. And he goes, not anymore. And I go, no, bro, those are my paintings. He goes, this one's $5, this one's $10. You give me all the money that I'm selling them for. I was like, you fuck. Anyway, I never bought the paintings back. He sold every painting. So my paintings are out there somewhere in somebody's house.
Is your name signed? You sign your name to them at all or no?
I think most of them I signed.
Oh my God. Somebody, any of the listeners can find those fucking ancient artifacts.
I know, right?
That'd be amazing.
And then they probably come out and people are like, no, that's not very good. I don't want it.
But would you ever paint again though? Would you ever paint again in your life?
Yeah, in this house we created, I did it for my kids, but I think part of it was selfish. We created I showed it to you, the art shed.
Yeah, dude.
Sick. And all it is a room full of, I called my buddy Jonas Wood and I said, what paint should I get? And what do you recommend? Brushes and all that kind of stuff. So we have 3 easels, a bunch of stools and all that. We have, colored pencils. We have markers.
Love that,
we
bro.
have paints. We have, and we go in there all the time. We just do a bunch of shit. My kids are amazing.
Kids are
painters.
amazing, man.
So is Catherine.
Fuck.
So maybe one day we'll see. To answer your question, it's not really about me anymore. So anything that I can set up for them, I'm stoked on, and maybe I'll sneak in there and do something once in a while. But we'll see.
All right, Josh. Well, fucking till episode 4 comes out sometime 2 years from now. We do every 2 years. Josh is on this podcast. We catch up every 2 years on here. And I really appreciate you being a part of this journey with me in this podcast, and always taking the time for your friends, and always being a real one with me and my family, and just being a solid fucking human, dude. I love and appreciate you, man.
I love and appreciate you too, and more time with you is just better time in this world, brother.
Thank you, man.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Well, have a great evening, and for all the listeners, I hope you guys enjoyed this 400th episode, man. And thanks for listening.
Yee!
Thanks for listening,
Boo!
subscribing. Boo!
Boo!
I love you, bro. We out of here. Boo.
I love you. Later.
Peace. Welcome to the podcast, Mom. How are you?
And congratulations on your 400th podcast.
Crazy, right, Mom?
That's amazing, Toby. Who would have thunk that?
I know. It's crazy. Like, you were on my first episode. We had a deep, wonderful conversation. And I just had Josh on this episode for the 400th, and you're still his favorite episode of all of them. So that's saying a lot about you, and he thought it was a beautiful conversation.
Yeah, it is. I'm flattered. I wanted to ask you, when you started the podcast, number one, what did you think your theme was going to be? What was this going to be about?
I mean, I started the podcast with you, right? So, my mom and how I got on this planet.
Yeah.
And then my brothers, and then my friends, and then my band, and then my friends. It was just going to be a chronological order of my life and all the people who inspired me along the way from,
I never really knew that. I thought it was mainly going to be about the punk rock genre.
No, I love that. Of course, that's my roots and my history.
Yeah.
But, from Taunton to Rhode Island to Maryland to New York, Jersey to LA, all the people I met along the way,
Right, all the people, and you have met a lot of people.
Yeah, so it's it's been really.
And you've lost some people along the way too.
For sure, I've lost a lot of friends along the way. A lot to addiction and depression and stuff like that. And
right.
But this podcast, has changed my life in many ways as some sort of therapy in which I can talk to people about all kinds of things every day. And it taught me how to listen, pay attention, and just let the people talk and hear their stories. And I've learned so much from people that I thought I really knew from the outside perspective, or people that I've toured with throughout my life and really didn't get a chance to sit down and talk beyond playing shows together. And now they're in my kitchen.
Right.
Now they're in my kitchen. I'm getting their background story about how they ended up playing music. So I've learned a lot about people that maybe I prejudged in the sense I thought they were a certain way. Then I sat down, I'm like, holy shit, this person,
right.
And it's blossomed into like a lot of new friendships of people I thought I may not be friends with. I mean, acquaintances or, fellow musicians.
Because you really got a different view of them.
Yeah. And it's like, opened my eyes and my mind to a lot of things. And
that's awesome, Toby. Right there, it's worth it.
It's worth it for that. And I'm proud of myself that I never filmed it. I stayed in my lane. I literally stayed in my kitchen. And, people are comfortable.
You stayed in your kitchen, yeah.
And people are comfortable not being filmed, not with big lights on them.
That's right. They're more comfortable because they're not being filmed, right.
And, some of my favorite ones, which, I told Josh, is obviously you, which is the first one. You're my mother. We got super deep. And then it's a couple of my friends who, I really got to know more by just sitting, talking to them. It's interesting. It's almost harder to talk to your friends and family because you know them so well, or at least you think you do. And then you learn more. Yeah, then you learn more things about them. You're like, holy shit. And it makes you love and have a more, a stronger bond with them. So, yeah, it's been an incredible journey. I'm 8 years deep right now, 400 episodes.
Wow. I can't believe that. That happened so fast.
And Mom, there's been so many podcasts that were around when I started that aren't around anymore. It's like, for me, I work hard on it. I work hard on my deep diving, my notes, and also consistency.
I noticed that. You showed me that. I never knew how much you research each podcast. I never knew that.
Yeah, almost every time I have somebody on the podcast, I post something. I'm like, oh my God, where'd you hear that from? And so yeah, that, and then just having people come back for 2 or 3 times, like you, like Brolin, like Juliet Lewis, a bunch of my friends who like just this is a safe place for people where they can talk about anything. It's a positive platform. We're not allowed to talk shit about anybody else. This conversation's about you and only you. I care about you and your story. I don't care about what this person said, this person did. There's enough of that in the world. So this is a safe place.
Right. When you get into all that stuff, it goes to another place that isn't good.
Yeah, so like this has never been a shit. I've edited so many episodes, Mom, where people talk shit about people I knew, where people talked about drama, and I took it off the podcast. Like it's my platform.
That's very smart, Toby. Very smart.
Yeah, I feel like I did protect a lot of people on this podcast who like. There's one thing too that is a compliment to me, I guess, but also for other people, and for me, maybe cause a little more stress, is sometimes people will get so comfortable on here, they'll talk about things they never talked about before, and then 2 or 3 days later, hit me up, hey man, can I hear this before it comes out? Or I think I said a couple things I shouldn't have, but I was so comfortable with you, I felt open enough to talk. So it's like a therapy session that's getting put out into the world.
Yeah, for them, evidently it is. That's very surprising. So if they call you back and say that, do you edit it if they want to?
Absolutely. I protect all my guests on here. I would want somebody to do the same for me. I've only done 3 big podcasts in my life. They were all filmed. And whatever you say, and it just lives out there, and they're not going to let you come back and listen to it.
Yeah, it does live out there.
And
so you said you've done 3 podcasts where you were filmed?
Yes, I was on the Rich Roll podcast. I was on Adam 22 No Jumper podcast. Yeah. And I was on Rich Roll twice. So, and those times, nobody's letting you edit it. You just put it out there and you do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, when you think about what you say, but for me, when I'm under those lights and cameras, you get inside yourself a little bit where you can't be so open because you feel like everybody's looking at you and there's a whole entire crew in the dark, and it's like right. And there's like
you feel like you're exposed
totally, and so you're not fully yourself. So here, we're chilling in my kitchen. We stop. We take pee breaks. We get people going to get a snack. Stella comes in and farts on you. Max comes in and says something. It's like it's
comfortable
and it's real,
very comfortable,
and it's just a real honest conversation. The kitchen convo. So like, to be talking to
you. So that was genius on your part that you didn't realize, the kitchen conversation.
I didn't even think about it, and I'm so happy I never filmed. It's like that's like hiring like some filmers and then some editors, and it's just other thing. All it is me and my friend Joe DeCina. I upload it in my Dropbox. He gets it. He listens to it, and we go through edits. We clean up the sound, and then we put it in the world. And like, it's been really crazy, Mom, and I didn't think I'd do it this long. It's crazy. I'm talking to you 8 years later from the first episode.
And what kind of a what kind of a following do you have?
I have a great following. You can't get your subscriber numbers off of Apple. I have a Libsyn account where this thing lives on a Libsyn platform. I can see my downloads, my stuff like that, but you can't really track this, which is kind of cool because maybe I get obsessed about it. I know I've been in the top of the charts in Apple throughout these 8 years. I know I have a good score in Apple. I know that people write nice reviews, and all you can wish is say somebody writes something nice. I get DMs all day long on Instagram from people all around the world about the podcast and how they found out about this.
Oh, that's awesome, Toby. That's awesome. Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, this got me inspired to be vegan or be sober, or I didn't know. I thought this artist was a jerk, and I heard your podcast. Now I fucking love this artist. And the thing about my subscribers, which is amazing, they'll listen to every single episode that they get sent into their account every Monday because they're supporting me and what I'm doing. And they want to say, okay, how is this person connected to Toby? My whole thing is like, I'm connected to all these people through music, through skateboarding, through tattoos, through everything. It's a small world. So they're listening to the guest on the fact, okay, so how does this guy connect? How is this guy in Toby from H2O's life? Okay, this guy is in freaking, this guy's in, this is the guy from Crazy Town. This is the guy from Limp Bizkit. Like, we're all connected. So I think, for my part, I'm proud that I can bring all diverse people into my kitchen from all different genres, and all different genres that I love and respect, and then we can connect on one specific thing, whether that be, I like the Sex Pistols or Ramones, or I was a skateboarder when I was a kid. You know what I mean? There's something from this subculture and this music they're all connected to, and that's why I found it's so wonderful. This podcast made me realize how small the world is. It's a very small world.
Well, it's your world. Well, actually, your world is larger than you thought it is.
That's true too. that's a good point, because the people that are coming on my pod, and I'm being submitted to my pod on a weekly basis from publicists, managers, and record labels that want to be on my podcast now from different worlds. It's like, shit, some people, you never know who heard of your band or listened to your band. It's crazy. Like
you don't know.
That's another, you're right, Mom. I don't realize how many people know of H2O or know of it, but also
I know of you.
Yeah, and on the flip to that, Mom, there's people that are coming to my shows now who never even seen the band and didn't know I had a band. They're just a fan of the podcast and knew me as a podcaster, and then they find H2O, and then they're coming to my shows.
Oh my God!
And they're like, "Oh my God, it's the first time seeing you, because I didn't know you had a band until I heard your podcast."
Oh, for crying out loud, Toby! That is a surprise.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm in a whole different world of the podcasting world than there's the music world, which you think everything's connected. It is and it isn't. There's some people just love podcasting, like music podcasts.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So yeah, Mom, it's been a wonderful thing.
It's been an adventure.
Yeah, and I'm only 8 years in. I know friends of mine have been doing podcasts.
And a learning experience for you, which is wonderful.
For sure. And I can do this for as long as I want. Like there might be a time where
you're 80.
I can't be jumping around stage forever, but I can always talk unless I lose my voice completely.
You can't.
Do you know what I'm saying, Mom? I'm not Mick Jagger. Maybe I might outlive Mick Jagger, but I can always talk.
I do know what you're saying very well, yes, because your brother is in the same situation. Yeah,
totally. And like
you can't be jumping around on stage forever.
Yeah. And I personally, just like your son, Todd, we never had plan B. We never had plan Bs. We got into music and this is it, Mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is it. So now.
But now you have a plan B that you could go to. That's right.
Yeah. So there's no.
I think Todd might need to get to plan B somewhere down the line.
I think Todd's in a different stratosphere because he's in the Offspring. He's on a different level of music and touring and finance and all that. And he's a smart person. And Todd's gonna be good, but I know what you're saying. Like I never had that, but for us,
what I'm saying is Todd isn't 20 anymore.
I know, but he looks great. He's the most handsome youngest member of Offspring.
He does.
But Mom, we took a chance, me and your son, and we just went for music, and here we are. And here
you are. Who would have thought?
And Mom,
it's unbelievable.
There's no retirement in this shit. There's like no retirement plan. There's no 401k. There's none of that shit.
No, there's no retirement plan. No, that is so very true. That's very true.
So this, this podcast is obviously it takes care of me in a good way with my sponsors. I get to go out. I get to go do tours. I get to come back. So I'm very lucky. But I built this literally from my kitchen, and it stayed in my kitchen. It never went anywhere else. And people, I wait.
And if you change it, it wouldn't be the same, Toby.
Yeah, people have asked me to move this podcast to their podcast platform where I wouldn't own I wouldn't own the rights to it anymore. But I would get way more money. But I didn't do it. I'm proud of myself that I waited for people for 2 to 5 to 6 to 7 years to come in my kitchen because all I ask you come to my house. I know everybody's busy, and it's taught me patience. It's taught me patience.
And you're not a patient person.
It's not. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm not going to harass somebody to be in my podcast. I want somebody.
And harassing to me wouldn't be a good thing to do.
And I want people to want to be on this podcast. And it may have taken them the first 5 years to realize, okay, this is a legit thing he's doing, and now I'm going to come on. I have a new record, and now I'm never going to run out of guests. I have a bucket list I haven't hit, but I'm never going to run out of list. And so yeah, So
you actually had people waiting to be on your podcast.
I've waited for people, and people waited for me until they saw how many I had in my belt. These are close friends. Even Josh, we talked about, like he gave me, he pushed me to do this podcast, and we got it started. And he waited till I had a bunch under my belt before I came on, so I got my chops right. I got my notes right. I got more professional, and I respect that. I love that. You don't want to ask favors to friends you never want to bother to be in your first episode where you're brand new at it. It's stupid.
Right.
So I'm happy that my friends waited. Now they promote it and support it. And now when people have record cycles, my podcast is one of the ones they want to make when they're doing their press for the record. So it's a beautiful thing.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. Yes.
And I'm doing it all myself. Like I'm answering emails from everybody once a week. I'm booking them. I'm doing all the research. I'm interviewing them. I'm doing the photos. I'm doing the promoting. I'm doing all myself, Mom.
It's a business.
It's a business. It's my
It's a full-time business.
It's my full-time thing that I love, and I get to wake up and I can walk out with my pajamas and come in my kitchen and talk and have a conversation with somebody.
Right.
It's in my house. It's my computer and this little Focusrite machine. I have nothing fancy. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shure Microphones. They give me free microphones and headphones. I have great sponsors. But yeah, it's a blessing. But I stuck to my DIY ethics with this podcast and did it my way, and it worked.
Exactly.
And I didn't set out to make any money. I'm like, I'm going to do a podcast because all my friends are telling me I should do it. I fucking did it. I loved ours with you. I continued to keep doing it. I kept going on tour, doing my thing. I made no money the first couple of years, had no sponsors, and I did it for the love of the conversations, which I still do it for. But now it's become such a full-time thing where I'm having, 2 to 4 guests at my house a week. It's a lot. So anyway.
Right. And now you've got a lot of sponsors.
Yeah, I'm good on the sponsors. I'm I'm in a great place, but I'm 8 years deep in this, so I'm just kind of in the grand scheme of podcasts, I'm kind of a baby still. 8 years. There's people here 15, 20 years in the game, and I know I'm not going anywhere. I'm enjoying this. Like I said, people always come back, and I get somebody new, and I still even dived into my hip hop bag of all the hip hop artists I grew up on. I have a huge bucket list for the rappers I want on here, and that's a whole different getting in touch with them through publicists.
That would be a whole different genre to expand on. Yeah,
I want it bad. It's hard to lock people down, and a lot of my favorite rappers live in New York. They're not here, so. But
that's right.
But I'm gonna get to my bucket list. I'm starting to talking to people now, and the more my podcast gets exposure and people hear about it, the more I have chances to get people to come here, because my thing is not filmed, and almost every podcast is filmed. There's only a few that aren't, and so people go on those and they get the clicks, they get the views, they get the YouTube, they get there's money being made off the ones that are filmed in a different way than mine, because it's clips that can go viral because they're filmed, and I don't have any clips like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my thing, I base all I care about is the conversation more than anything else. I don't care about anything else but the conversation I get out of people, So that's it, Mom. Being authentic.
You always have been, Toby.
Thank you, Mom.
You always have been.
Well, I love you, and I appreciate you being, on my first episode and being on here again. You've been on here, I think, a couple times. And
wow, look at me, 400th episode. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's crazy. I started in 2019, Mom. It's crazy.
I'm proud of you, Toby.
Thank you, Mom. Well, I love you and I appreciate you. And yeah, man, Josh, like I said, I want to have you on because Josh mentioned loving your episode, and he loves you.
Tell Josh I said hi.
I will, Mom. I love you, and thanks for being an amazing mother and bringing me into this world. I appreciate you so much.
You are welcome.
Okay, bye, Mom. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
So, Joe, welcome to the One Life One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. You are my friend and producer and editor for 8 years. This is episode 400. How do you feel?
Oh, my God. How many years has it been?
8 years. And thank you to Hush, and thank you to all these things we learned along the way.
8 years.
I mean, me and Joe never did podcasts before. We never did any of this stuff before. We kind of learning as we go. And, shout out to Joe, who's, been on call 24 hours in case of some sort of emergency, or he's at work and something happens where, Libsyn doesn't post the episode, or the episode disappears, or,
oh my God.
And a million edits me and Joe have gone through together, and just people don't know all the behind the scenes stuff that goes on the pod, because, a lot of pods, most of them don't have edits, but a lot of them do have edits. And I talked to my mom about this on this episode, that, it's a safe place, this podcast. We protect the guests. We edited so many things
Absolutely.
out to save so many people's lives and careers that they said in this podcast, because it was so comfortable in the kitchen, that we've edited it out and we saved their lives. And they probably didn't even know who they are, or they never listened to the episode. But you're the one doing all this shit. You the only person that hears this episode after I do it is you. You're the first person in the whole world. So you've heard every
in
single,
full.
Yeah, you've heard every single episode. I never listen to them. I just upload them to you, and then it goes in your hands.
That's right. And you know what? I got a lot of dirt on people, and I'm going to give my Venmo after this if they want to keep it that way.
Oh, my God, dude. Joe, what would be some of your favorite episodes? You were kind of surprised about the guest as well. You're like, oh, I thought this guy was like, whatever, just in general.
So I went through and I wrote some down, actually.
Let's go.
Yo, No order. Right. Well, I like any New York guest because I like, even though I'm not in New York no more, I like hearing
stories,
like the old queens that I grew up in.
Yeah,
and
man.
the dudes all the New York hardcore dudes you talk to. And
Yeah.
they'll mention a spot or they'll mention a time. And I'm like, oh shit, I was there, or oh my God, I know that guy. You know what I mean? Whatever, there's those. Of course, the Brolin ones, not just because he's on, the new one. It's just because you guys are friends and it just sounds like a friendly conversation.
Yeah, it's like,
and you find out stuff about people that you don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What about some bands that you love that you heard them on the pod, like, oh my God, I love them more? Or
yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, most of the bands you have on, I never heard because I don't really listen to hardcore like that no more.
Mm-hmm.
So the ones like Claudio from Coheed and Cambria was awesome. I listened to them, but that was great because I know who he is. I know the band, and like you just get a deeper dive. Mark Hoppus and the rest of the dudes, you know what I mean? In Blink, those were awesome.
Yeah.
I love the Chris Estrada one because I love the show. I love him as a comedian. You know what I mean? Like shit like the Bobby Hundreds, of course, because Bobby's our boy.
Yeah. I was really blown away by the Fat Mike one, man. Like that moment with him and
dude, Fat Mike one was crazy. You and I talked about it. You told me he's probably gonna be on, and I was like, I don't really know about that. Because you know about his reputation, and
amazing,
it was
bro.
The opposite of what I thought it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you truly never know what you're gonna get until you're sitting down with someone and it's comfortable because it's just in your house.
Totally.
Talking.
Yeah, Chino
having a conversation.
Chino Deftones was fun. I got to get Tim Armstrong back for a part 2.
Dude, look at the Haley one.
I know, it was incredible, man.
Nuts.
That was huge.
Crazy.
That was amazing. That's my top favorite one of all time, just because our history, just because we finally get to sit down. Yeah, then we did a lot of edits for that one. That was a big one for me to go through. It was a long one. It was 6 hours, and that was. If it ended up being epic and people were so excited, not one negative thing, anything about it. People wanted more, bro. I'm so happy about that one. It's
and
beautiful.
you know her because you guys are friends for so long. You know her in like a certain way, and then she comes in and sits with you, and then it's a gift for literally everyone else because they get to hear. It's not only you hearing that.
Absolutely,
it's everyone else gets to hear that. So it's it's a gift for everybody else.
Nah, that was a beautiful one. I really love just people that I, even my boy Joey Fellman, just people that I.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Getting to know, and just friends that I thought that I really knew everything about them when I didn't, or maybe prejudged them. And I was blown away by like Martine from Terror, dude. Oh my God, that one blew me away as well, man.
Yeah, like that's funny when I know you have someone on that I know that you know them, but they'll be telling stories in the middle. You're like, holy shit, I had no idea. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm like, wow, this guy's known this guy for like 20 years and he didn't even know that story.
He's going to be a veterinarian. Just there's all kinds of takeaways. And But it's opened my mind so much to like different artists and different perspectives and, just having these conversations, face-to-face conversations, and I'm happy.
It's one of the best things about it is even though you're in like a certain kind of band, certain kind of music, you're not limited to having people like that on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you've had people, God, I never even heard of or from all different types of. It's crazy. Like I looked at the list last night when I was going out. I'm like, oh, which episodes? And I'm like, holy shit! I can't believe he's had these kind of people on. You know what I mean?
Crazy, dude.
Someone you never expect. It's wild.
I know. It's crazy. And and I know I waited for people for 2 to 3 to 5 to 6 to 8 years to be on this podcast. And I learned patience on this podcast, waiting for people and not over punishing people to be on the podcast.
Right. And they were worth it.
Totally worth it.
Not rushed, comfortable. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it. It's wild, man. Come a long way.
Yeah, man. It's like, I feel like my list is endless. Like the more and more people I have on, the more people that want to come on, the more people hit me up to come on. It's like it's unlimited, and I really want to tap into my love for hip hop and try to get more hip hop artists on here.
Hell yeah!
I'm really slacking on that department because that's just as much as what I love is hardcore is hip hop. You know that. So like,
it's
just hard
stories
because
would be nuts.
It's just hard because a lot of the rappers we love are from the East Coast, and I was talking to my mom, but it's my pod is not filmed. It's not on these YouTube channels. It's not, there's no clips going viral. There's no agenda. It's just straight conversations, and I hope that I'll get some MCs on here. And I think once I get one or two, it'll be awesome. I get under my belt. But I'd love to have. Yeah, I got my bucket list, and it'd be awesome, man.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to. Well, you're gonna have to. I'm already on the East Coast. You're gonna have to come to the East Coast for sure.
It'd be worth it.
It'd be worth it.
KRS-One, Chuck D, like stuff like that. Q-Tip.
Oh my God.
It'd be so amazing. I mean, DJ Premier. I don't know, man.
Oh my God, Premier bucket list, Nas.
And then and the other ones you think of you loved?
Another one that I didn't really know the band, but I wound up loving. Sam from Drain.
Oh,
he's been on.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's been on, more than once. He's like, I'm like, yo, I want to hang out with. I don't know anything about his music. I mean, I have listened to them before, but like when I first heard him, I'm like, I don't really know his music. I don't know how big they are, this and that, but I'm like, I want to hang out with this dude.
Yeah, dude.
There's people I hear that I know I've said it to you so many times, but I'm like, yeah, I want to hang out with that guy.
You do say that. And
they just sound fun.
I also love some of the the crossovers of you and Your Life in Queens. Like Carlos was on here from No Echo. You guys had so many different connects and maybe went to the same school together. I think Warren was on there.
Yeah, it was another connect. Yeah, Warren. I went to school with. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah, it's the people that I've crossed paths with. You know what I mean? They wound up. I'll hear their name. You know what I mean? Just mentioned, and I'm like, oh shit, I know that dude from such and such and such. Yeah, it was either one of the brothers. I went to school with one of them.
Yeah, Warner Royce.
Man. It's wild to hear it, man.
It's pretty cool. It's a very small. I realize too, it's a very small world, and also it's very interesting that I was telling my mom that a lot of people who listen to this podcast find out about my band through this podcast, and then they come to my show for the first time. Know me as a podcaster, not from H Torch. I think it's amazing, bro. It's just it's a whole different world.
The people that come up to me if people don't know, I also do merch most of the time for you guys if I can get out.
Yeah, Joe's on tour with us a lot. Yep.
But people come up and they'll talk. Some people will put it together based on like social media or whatever.
Yeah.
And they'll come up and tell me how much they love the pod. And I'm like, oh shit, that's and I never expect it. Like, you know what I mean?
Crazy, right? Yeah, dude.
It's just because it's just been like a thing that you and me do.
Yep.
For so long.
You don't realize you just put out to the world, and you never. There's so many people hit me up to listen.
Right, we're on the inside. Yeah, we're on the inside, and sometimes you don't see it. And I'm like, oh shit, I had so many people. I was only out with you guys for like 4 or 5 dates, a couple of weeks ago, and the amount of people that I had to come up to me and tell me it at the table, it's crazy. It's such a crazy feeling, man.
I get introduced to different people and like, oh, I'm a fan of your pod. Oh, I like your pod. I DM'd Jesse Michaels the other day from Operation Ivy Random. Hey man, I love to have my pod. And he wrote back, yo, Toby, huge fan of your podcast, huge fan of your band. I would love to be on your podcast. These are my dates. And I'm like, holy shit, dude, you don't even know who's listening,
you
bro. You
never know. It's crazy. I love that shit
because it goes all over the world from these platforms. It's like it's not just something local that we feel like it's something local. It's beyond that, and
that's why the funny thing is when you have when people get real comfortable with you at the table, friends and people for a long time, and not naming no names, and they're like,
between us,
between me and you, like. This is between me and you.
I'm like,
nah, bro. People.
This is a lot of people listening to this thing. But at the same time, that's kind of what I'm proud of, that people can get comfortable with me in my kitchen, have these conversations are under lights and cameras, and they can be comfortable to be honest with me.
That's right.
But that at that same time, for us, it gives us more work sometimes, because then a couple of days later, they're like, hey, man, I might have said something. Can I listen to it? Sure, you can listen to it. It's all good. I get that. Because you get into the moment and you start telling, open up your heart and stuff. So
you start spilling more than you might want to.
Yeah, I get that. And I'm flattered that I'm somebody they're comfortable with too. Like, it's almost therapy, Yeah.
It's not like a 5-minute segment on like a talk show or like a radio, where it's like, hey, tell us about.
Yeah.
It's a real conversation, man.
Well, I'm pretty proud of it. I'm proud of it, and I appreciate you being on this journey with me. And like, I'm going to ask you to do it. I got you. I did it. And you never did podcasts before, but you're a technical kind of guy with making beats and making music throughout your life. And we figured it out, and it got the sound. Everything got better and better as we went on. They tweaked it, and I'm fucking. Congrats.
And
man.
I love
400.
I love learning. I love learning and learning by doing. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
It's awesome.
Well,
now we're gonna do some t-shirts too.
Maybe. We're doing some shirts. We're doing all kinds of shit. Designed some H2O shirts. Designed some. Joe's gonna be on tour most of this year. Hopefully, man. He had a baby during this time. New dad. And, but yeah, he's always been a merch guy with us for many, many years. And yeah, man. I appreciate you, Joe. 400 episodes. I'm excited. I feel like we're just getting more. It's crazy because that's still 8 years is very small for pods. This pod's been around for a long time. A lot of my friends,
I know. When you look back and you look at all the episodes, but still, I mean, even some of the ones that you have coming up and in the works that we don't tell. It's it's crazy. There's times where like, oh, I got so and so, because you put it in, in the Dropbox. I got so and so in the box, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I'll go listen to that shit right away.
I also love that we never hyped it up. We just drop it on Monday. You never knew who's gonna come out.
That's it.
Comes out, dude.
That's it.
Whoever it is, wherever it is, dude.
And it really grew organically.
Totally organically.
No money spent on marketing or any of that. No
nothing,
outside
dude.
people brought in.
Nope.
Nothing.
Just
wow,
me and
right?
you. And I gotta give a shout out to Liquid Death, who's been the day one for us.
Hell yeah.
And then Removery and Athletic Greens and Rockabilly is on there now. And I had Refine Recovery for a minute. I got my boy Field Soccer Supply, Dan Smith. So we got a bunch of different people. We got some ads popping in and out here from Flat Spot. I got a new one we're announcing soon. But yeah, the main ones: Removery, Liquid Death, and AG1s. Thank you for being here from the beginning with us. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.
And all the listeners, all the subscribers, all the people that I love that listen to every single episode. They don't care who it is. I think it's like, okay, Toby has on the podcast. How is this person connected to Toby? What is their connection? How they know each other? And people just
and they trust you.
Yeah, and they listen to every single one, dude.
Yeah. The public trusts you.
It's amazing, dude.
Yeah,
so
man.
I love sharing. Yeah, bro.
Wild.
It's wild, dude. But I appreciate you, Joe. 400. It's fucking crazy. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with Josh and the call with my mom and my partner Joe here, Joe Vasion.
400 more.
Yeah, word up, dude. That's crazy, bro. But yeah, thank you, Joe, for everything. Thanks for dealing with my stress. Thanks for doing for Sunday night edits and last minute things. We've been back and forth with so many different crazy things behind the scenes with this podcast, man. There's a lot entailed.
Yeah. We're like a married couple.
Yeah, we are, dude. We are, dude. Well, appreciate you, Joe. Thank you, man, for everything.
Of course, buddy.
All right,
love
bro.
you, man.
Love you too, brother. Bye. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love. From pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. They have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Notes, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam.
Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. And today I'll be using my Kiwi accent instead of my Lower East Side accent. If you haven't guessed, this is not Toby Morse. I'm Dan Smith, and I have kind of hijacked the airwaves over here in his kitchen for a very special announcement. I've been friends with Toby for 25 years or so, and he's always shown me love and support with everything I've done, from my music, from taking bands on tour, having me create artwork for H2O, and countless other things over the years. I've filled in for them a couple times on bass and guitar and made memories I could never forget. In exchange, I've tattooed him a million times and might have seen more of his body than Moon has at this point. And today he surprised me and asked me to do my very own read and announce something that I've been working on that will now be a new sponsor of this very podcast. I grew up playing and loving soccer or football, and if music and tattoos didn't get in the way, I'm literally positive I would have been a pro. A couple years ago, me and my friend Kevin decided to start Field Soccer Supply. Field is a soccer-based clothing brand, but mostly Field's an idea that was created from me being involved in bands and tattooing, etc. for over 25 years and experiencing the crucial, amazing, connecting element of what makes the world go round, community. We kind of exist to elevate the passion for the beautiful game and just connect music, culture, historic moments along the way. So if you've got kids in soccer or you play in an adult league with your mates, you know how it goes. Every season, new uniforms, new fees, new hassles, new everything. Soccer is the biggest sport in the world, but is literally the #1 sport in America that kids actually stop playing. And the main reason is simply just the cost of everything. All those old polyester jerseys end up in a landfill something too, and the love of the game kind of follows soon after. We're going to do something different. We take old uniforms headed for the dump and recycle them. We then use the recycled polyester to create uniforms that any team can love. It's fully customizable, team kits, fan wear, and also there's a lifestyle and essentials side to it that celebrate amazing moments in soccer and music history combined. You know, playing is the most important thing. We host monthly play-for-free pickup games here in Southern California, and we're just getting started. The goal is to eventually do this everywhere and help make playing doable for anyone. Check out The Field Dream on socials and thefieldDream.com for more info and join our team. Okay, I'm going to hand you back to the real host of the pod and get back to the regular programming. Thanks for listening.
Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm looks like a big black blob. Is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use Toby H2O and get $100 off your first session. one of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life One Chance Podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over a 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching, and verifying everything that's quality it's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth.